actually kind of a little bit intimidated by. And I'm sure for many people that have thought about building a PC for the first time, this can also be like a pretty daunting process. So, fortunately, because I'm a beginner, you've built several PCs over your life, and you're going to be walking me through step by step. But while we wait for the streams to come online for our Facebook and for Twitter, your YouTube, you're getting a sneak peek early. We're going to be
Yeah.
building a PC that is pretty much spec'd out for some 1080p gaming and just pretty much everyday tasks, right?
Yes. So pretty much it's designed to one hit the budget, which I think we set at 600 bucks. So it should definitely be under $600 PC. And
Oh,
it
good.
is primarily I spec'd it out to 1080p gaming. And you should theoretically hit 60 plus frames for most of your games, depending on how well they're optimized. So for sure, 1080p gaming.
Cool. All right. So this is going to be able to throw pretty much all the things that I want to do at it. It'll be able to cope. We're going to run through the components in just a second when all of our streams are online, because you spec this out, and as you said, it's like around under $600. But I think at the moment prices are varying a little bit, so it could be a lot less than 600, or maybe just a little bit over. But $600 is kind of a ballpark range, which is good because, I want to save money. You might remember me from a show that I actually work with Oliver on. It's called More or Less, and it's basically about cheap alternatives to big name, expensive tech products. So I feel like this is like the perfect project for us too, because we get to build something that, is going to be, a really competent performer, but also comes in at like a really good budget. So I'm very excited to do this and also nervous. So please go easy on me.
It'll be totally fine, Lexi. It's like I hate the analogy. Was it like it's like building Legos? It's gonna be super simple. We're gonna take it nice
Okay,
and
good.
easy, right? We talked about it. It's a practice of patience, right? Where
Oh,
I'm
good.
gonna
Okay.
try to be as patient as possible while walking
Ah,
you through the whole process. So,
so
even if you get nervous, even if you stumble and drop a component or two,
I'm
that's
not
fine.
going to
They're
drop
just made out of
anything.
plastic.
I'm
They're
I'm
made out
not
of
going to drop
plastic. It's
anything.
fine.
We'll be fine. But okay, so we actually have a little bit of a challenge, which is going to be fun. So every time that um, you say something that I don't quite understand, you are going to take a shot of coffee because it is first thing in the morning. And from what I hear, a little birdie tells me that you are a little bit sensitive to caffeine. So
Yes,
this
I
is either
am.
going to be a real buzz experience for you, or
I
you'll be
will probably
totally
be.
fine.
I'll probably be super buzzed. I mean, I don't drink coffee ever in the mornings. I usually just go for like cold water, and that is enough to wake me up. But I thought it'd be funny if I do drink like a lot of caffeine. So I had these like Mr. Browns that I found at the Safeway, uh, which I guess they're Thai iced coffees. I don't know, but I'll probably be super jittery, and it'll probably make it even more difficult for me to try to walk you through all these things without like shaking and like going a little crazy. So hopefully I
Oh,
won't go too
okay.
crazy. Hopefully I'll be clear enough that I won't have to take too many. I'll probably drink half a can every time you tell me to. Every time I'm not clear enough with my instructions. So hopefully, and I only got 6 cans, so I'm not really gonna kill myself over
Oh,
drinking
six
so much
cans. Oh,
caffeine. But
that's nothing. All right. Six cans. All right. So I hear we are live on Facebook and Twitter. So hello to everybody who's just joining us on our live stream. My name's Lexi. This is Oliver, and we are going to be building a PC on a live stream. Now, this is my first time building a PC in a very, very long time. I probably did this when I was like 15 years old for the very first time, but everything's pretty much like either the same or completely different. So consider me an absolute beginner, and we want to do this fun project as something to kind of keep you occupied during this period of time when we're all working from home. Maybe you have like a relative or a friend who wants a fun project, but you can't physically help them build a PC. So maybe you could order them all the components, like Oliver did for me, spec it out, and then do a remote call with them and help them build it live. So this is going to be in real time. This is going to be fun, and I am going to like feel a little bit nervous because like the PC building is intimidating for a lot of people, myself as well. I would consider myself intimidated by all of these components, but it doesn't have to be. And I think that's what we want to do here is kind of like demystify a lot of the stuff that is around PC building. And
Yeah.
I'm not an expert, absolutely not an expert. Oliver has a lot of experience building PCs, but there are many different ways that you can do this. This is just one way of doing it. So, this is really good for someone who is a beginner like me, or someone who doesn't need like a real gaming workhorse, because this PC is going to be spec'd out to be good for 1080p gaming and good for everyday tasks. So, why don't we go through some of the components that you've chosen for this build? Because I got a lot
Yes,
of stuff
let's
on this
do it.
desk.
So I'm actually looking at our questions already, and I have two people asking me from Gaming Guru and Sawed Off, what GPU are we using? So the
All
GPU that
right.
we decided to pick was the 1650 Super from Asus, the Asus Tough Gaming OC version. Um, we picked that one because it was one of the few ones that actually could find in stock. There's another one that we had ordered that it's on its way, and it actually might show up during the stream, which is the Gigabyte
Yes.
Radeon RX 570. So those are the two ones. I actually like the 570 because it's actually on sale. If you go to like newegg.com, it's like 130 bucks, which even lowers the price even more of the budget build. This Asus Tough gaming version of the 1650 Super is actually out of stock. Couldn't find it in very many
Ah,
places, but it is there, and it's also like at a premium too. If you do find it in stock, it's like 240 bucks or something like that. But it's what we had for now until, honestly, I believe during the middle of the stream, we'll probably get that delivery. So,
yeah, it's
yeah,
going to
that's
happen
the,
because FedEx comes at, probably around like 11, 12 a.m. to my house. So it's 12 p.m., sorry, not a.m. So I think if we time this out correctly, those components are going to arrive midstream. So it's going to involve racing down to go grab them. So a little bit of excitement for you in a live stream. Okay, let's move on. So that was our GPU. So what else have we got on the desk here? Now we're in my
uh,
kitchen, which is an unorthodox place to build a PC, but this is the biggest space that I have, and everything's easily accessible. Obviously, no water is involved in any of this. I'm very, very careful about all that. So um, this is just like a nice big space because you need space to build a PC, right? Like this tower that we have here, yeah, it's big. So I would not be able to do this on my coffee table. It would be a little bit of a squish to do it on the coffee table. So that's why I've chosen to do it on a nice big surface. So why don't you tell us about the case?
yeah, so the case is a Fractal Design Focus G. The white one that we have is actually a bit overpriced right now, but if you go to like Walmart or something, I actually saw it there last night for 66 bucks. So it's a pretty decent case.
Mm,
I did some pre-built testing in there. I did do this before sending it over to you, Lexi, just to be sure that everything would fit properly, and doing my homework
great.
before just driving in and just
Just
handing you a
dumping it
bunch of
in here and
components
just
and
like,
just be like,
great.
yeah, good luck, put it all together, you'll be fine. Let's see, what are the
Nice.
notes on it? Oh, for the price, it's actually one of the better designed PC cases I've
Yeah,
ran into. I've used some cheap cases before,
it's
and
good
I've had
looking.
this frustrating thing where the back side of it, like the PCI where the video card goes, the PCIe lanes in the back don't line up, and so I've had to like shave like
Right.
the jackets off of like HDMI cables to get them to fit in the back. Yeah, I know, but those are like
Ooh,
super
oh
super
boy.
bad, not so great cases that I won't mention who they are. But this one doesn't do that. It's really great. It's nice and spacious, and it's pretty. It's a pretty easy case for a beginner too. There's not a lot of
Great.
weird components, and I think we could use a screwdriver, just like a Phillips head screwdriver, on it for the whole build
Amazing. That's what
using
I
this
love.
case.
Yeah. Love it because then you don't have to have custom tools. I mean, we have a like this is a tech house, let's be honest. Like I have a lot of, screwdrivers and things lying around, but for people that don't, it's good to know that you just need a single Phillips head for this. Okay, like let's look at the other components that we have here. Let's take a look. All right.
Yep.
So
Let's
we see the
take a
motherboard.
look.
I want to bring the
You want to do the
motherboard up.
motherboard? We can do the motherboard. All right.
Yeah, I want to do the
So
motherboard
the
unless you have strong feelings. Well, I want to talk about the motherboard.
No, I don't have strong feelings. That is totally fine. So we're using a B450 board from ASUS, the B450MA/CSM Micro ATX AM4 board. This board is 80 bucks on Newegg. It has 4 slots of RAM and it even has an NVMe slot. And it's a nice little board. It's a great board for beginners. It does lack Wi-Fi, so if you need Wi-Fi built into the motherboard, then this is probably not a board that you want to get. But it does
Hmm.
have plenty of expansion slots. So you can get a Wi-Fi card and slot it in, and it actually has a decent amount of USB ports on the back. So you can also get a USB dongle and plug that in on the back as well. So overall,
Great.
lacks a little bit of features, but pretty killer for the price.
Nice. All right. And also, if you're wondering about any of these components, the prices, where you can get them from, they're all in the descriptions on the YouTube stream. So you can go check that out. We also have an article on cnet.com that also has all the details about all the components that we're using today. All right, let's move along because what do we have here?
Yeah, let's talk about the
Look at,
CPU, right? So we're using
yeah.
right now, at this exact moment, we've decided to use a Ryzen 5 1600, which is a 6-core, 12-thread CPU that operates at 3.2 gigahertz and can boost up to 3.6 gigahertz, which is great for running, like multiple applications. Say if you're doing a little bit of light video editing, or if you're even gaming and streaming at the same time, this is a pretty good CPU. But last week, AMD released the Ryzen 3 3300X for $120, and we expect that to arrive at Lexi's house between 11 a.m. and noon. For now, we're going to keep
Yes.
going all the way up to the building with the Ryzen 5 1600. But if the 3300X shows up, we'll swap it for one reason, mainly because it has a faster clock speed. So it'll be better for gaming, right? So this is a gaming
Okay.
focused build. Even though the Ryzen 5 1600 AF is a little bit cheaper, it will be the 3300X will be much faster. It will be better. Sorry, it won't be much faster. It is faster for single core performance for gaming.
Okay, so as we know, it's going to show up in the middle of the stream, and I'm going to have done everything, and then I'm going to have to take everything apart again and put the new one in. I know that's going to happen, so bear with
Yeah,
us.
for sure.
Okay, all right, let's talk about SSD and some memory here. Talk us through
Yep.
these because
Yeah.
SSD, it's so tiny. It's so tiny.
Yes. So the SSD is a Crucial MX500. Right now it's 70 bucks, or at least of last night. Let's see. There are a lot of SSDs on the market, but from my personal experience, I'd rather spend a little bit more money and go for something name brand. I mean, this is your data and your information that you're talking about. I've had issues with cheaper, like $20 no name brand things from Amazon SSDs just dying on me. So that's been pretty frustrating. So definitely for me anyway, my experience, I've been going for, sort of the name brand stuff, and Crucial's always had pretty decent pricing on their SSDs. Actually, a few weeks ago when we first started talking about this, their NVMe drive, the P1, was actually on sale for 100 bucks, which was cheaper price per gigabyte than this one. But it sold out immediately because it was like 100 bucks. It was super cheap for 1 terabyte. So for 30
Right.
bucks right now, I believe yeah, if you can find it on sale for 30 bucks more, you can get the NVMe drive. But today we have the MX500, 500 gigabyte SSD. And then the RAM, we're just using 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes for a total of 16 gigs of RAM, 3000 megahertz RAM. We could have gone a little bit faster RAM, but it would have cost us a few more bucks. So it's trying to stay within the budget of that we set out to hit. We went with a 3000 megahertz RAM. So
Nice. All right. Well, it's only 16 gig. I'm kind of disappointed you didn't give me 32, but hey, it's all right. We've got to come under budget here, so I forgive you. And the good thing about RAM
you
is that
you can
you can swap it out really easily, right? It's really easy to do,
yes,
right?
and the board does have 4 slots, so you can just literally buy another pack, and then you can double your RAM to 32. You'll be fine, Lexi. You'll be
Cool.
fine.
All right. I'll be fine. It'll be enough. All right. This chunky boy over here is the power supply. This is
Yeah.
the heaviest and the biggest component of everything that I have on the desk so far, apart from the case. Why did we choose this one, and what's the price on this too?
The price on this is 70 bucks. However, it's not in stock anywhere. It's back ordered. A
Ah,
thing that you'll find with PC components is that they're very, like, especially right now during the pandemic, it's sort of very difficult to gauge what will be in stock and what won't be in stock. So it was kind of very difficult for me to sort of part out something at a specific price point because by the time we would go live today on the stream, it would be out of stock. So
right.
you can still order this one and it'll be shipped to you in like 3 to 4 weeks. And it's a great little power supply. It's efficient. It's got an 80 plus gold rating on it. So it's a decent little 500-watt power supply from EVGA, and it's fine. It'll work great for a beginner. It's non-modular, so
Cool.
it's going to have mexi cables. We're going to have an octopus hanging out of it with a bunch of cables,
Uh,
but that's okay for the price that we're paying. For 70 bucks, then it's what you're gonna have to get. We did when I first spec this out. Also, when I was looking at this power supply all the way back in I think February, it was 50 bucks in February. But then pandemic happened and prices skyrocketed.
and
So
everything changes. All right. Well, there we go.
everything
I'm looking
changes.
forward to I'm looking forward to the octopus components because adds a little bit of
Yes.
excitement. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that we have on the desk. Now, what should I do first? Now, obviously, I have a bunch of tools and I have some screwdrivers. I'm actually like being a camera operator at the same time. So if you come to
Yeah.
this shot where I'm looking at you, and then sometimes Oliver's going to switch it remotely because the man with all his hands, amazing because you are actually switching live as we're doing this. I'm doing camera and
Yes.
talking to it at the same time. So, you know, this is fun because like it tests my brain in many different ways. We can have like multi cameras set up, and also I have to talk and build a PC at the same time. No pressure. It's fine. I'm not
No
scared or anything like
pressure.
that.
I've seen
No
you,
pressure.
run a Lexi, you're fine. You're the best.
All right, so I have my tools set up. Okay, and I have all of the components. Now, what should we start with, and what should I leave on the desk, and what should I clear some space for, basically? What are we gonna
So
commence our
I
PC build with?
I think we should clear everything off and just start with
Okay,
the motherboard.
motherboard. Okay, great. So I'll take off
Yeah.
everything one by one. Now, this is gonna be I'm gonna talk you through Vanna White style, moving the case off.
I do
Uh,
have one quick question from Julian on YouTube. He asks, why not 8 gigs of video memory for the GPU? We do, actually. The Radeon RX 570 8 gigabyte, which is listed in the description, is an 8 gigabyte VRAM card. It's just that it didn't get here in time for the stream. So that's why we're using the, what is it called? The 1650 Super. That's all. I
right.
actually do recommend
Yes.
the RX 570 if you can order it and get it. It is in stock. We just didn't order it early enough. We didn't get it in time. Which, like I said, it'll probably end up being delivered during the stream, and we'll swap it out.
It will.
That's
It
all.
will because
Yeah,
that's how
of
it's
course it
going to
will.
happen, isn't it?
That's how it is.
It's going to be fun. All right. So now we have the motherboard. Okay, let me get this into position so you can see what I'm doing as we do it.
Okay.
So I have the motherboard now. Pull it out. Obviously, that would help. The
Yeah.
first
So
step.
let's take. Why don't we take? Well, yeah. Why don't we just take the motherboard out? So you can take the motherboard out and put it right on top of the
Of
box.
the box. Great. Now, should I
Yep.
leave all of these extra components in here? Great.
You can leave them in there
All
for
right.
now. We're
Now,
not going to use them just quite yet.
okay. I'll leave it in the box. Now, it has this cardboard on it. Now, should I be uh, obviously delicate with a motherboard, yes, but should I
Yes.
be holding it in a certain way, like on the edges and things like that? Obviously, I'm not going to be touching the components right on top, right?
Yeah. So you don't want to touch any of like the resistors or the capacitors. Theoretically, like you could shock them if you have a little bit of static shock or static buildup on your body that you could fry a little component. So the ideal way of grabbing the motherboard is from the edges.
From the edges. Okay, so I should take it off this
Yes.
cardboard, and should I put it on the box?
Yep. Just put it right on top of the box.
Okay, move that up. All right, there we go. All right, now we have our motherboard. Oh, apologies for the countertop being very similar in color motif to the motherboard because it's all kind of blending into one. but hopefully you can see exactly what I'm doing, so you can follow along. There you go. It's like camouflage motherboard. All right. All right. Now I have it all. I have it here. Now it looks like I need to put a CPU on this, right?
Yeah. So are you ready to do the CPU, the big old thing
Yeah.
that everyone's gonna
But
be hawk-eyed in and here, why don't we bring in
yes.
the CPU? Actually, here, let me go to your
Yeah.
A camera and why don't you hold up the CPU? Why don't we open up that box?
Okay. Open it up.
So with
Da-da.
AMD processors, there are some pins that are actually on the CPU. I believe with Intel
Right.
processors, the pins are on the motherboard. And these
Mm-hmm.
pins, so once you pull it out, if you can see, if you, maybe if you could show it to camera, maybe you take a look really quick. Um,
Yeah. So this is in
on the
plastic now.
underside, yeah, yeah, yeah. So those pins on the bottom of the CPU, you really want
Mm-hmm.
to honestly 100% avoid touching. You don't want to touch the underside of any CPU ever.
Right.
But those, if one of those pins, if they get dropped or damaged or bent, your CPU could be ruined, or fried, just totally
Okay.
like, just gone.
Very careful. Very careful. All
So
right. So it's
very
still in the
careful.
plastic at the moment, so I'm okay. I'm going to
Yeah,
be very, very careful. All right. This
yeah,
other component, this box looks like a fan. This is a,
yep.
what is this? The heat
And that's
sink?
the Wraith stock
What is this?
cooler that comes with the
Cool.
with
Okay.
most of the Ryzen chips. So we'll be using a
Okay.
stock cooler for this build just to keep the cost down. You can always buy an extra cooler on top of that and replace
Mm-hmm.
that one. But that one will be just fine for the budget build. It'll be all good.
Okay. All
All right.
right. Moment
So,
of truth.
moment of
All
truth.
right. So
Okay,
should I
so
take the
uh,
CPU out of the
not
plastic or
not
just
yet,
take the plastic
not
with it?
yet,
No? Okay. I'm getting
not yet.
excited. I'm getting excited. If I'm skipping
Okay,
ahead. Okay.
so let's take a close look at the CPU socket, and you might see that
That,
there's a
right?
lever. Oh,
Yep.
don't put your fingers on the on the
No, no.
on the no
Don't worry. My finger
hover
wasn't on
hand.
it. It's just hovering. It's hovering. It's hover. See? I didn't touch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so there's a little lever on the left side, or at least my left. Yeah,
That,
so you
yeah.
want to slide that to the left and then pull it back to unlock the socket.
Slide it to the left. Uh, I think I need to move the angle so I can do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
with
yeah.
this hand. Yeah. Gently. There you go. Okay. Up like that.
There we go. Yep. So is
Yeah.
that all the way back lifted up?
Yep. It's supposed to
Yep.
just sit up at 90 degrees, right? I don't
Yep.
know if you can see thanks to the resolution. Yeah, you can. Good. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
And so the next step is there's identifying marks. So the CPU is mostly square, right? And if you put it in on the wrong side,
Mm-hmm.
it just won't work. So
Yep.
on the socket, there should be a little triangle. Do you see a triangle on the socket?
Uh, it's very small. I think it's that one. Does that
Yes,
look
it is
right? I think it's
incredibly
there.
small. It is
It's
very
very,
difficult to
very
see.
small. And it's like, I really need to get some illumination just to double check. Yeah, that looks like a tiny triangle. I don't even know if it could show up on the camera, but there you go. I can see it. And
Yeah,
it's just like very small indentations, right?
right.
Like a very small, like recessed triangle. Cool. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
So that looks like something I need to line up, right? There
Yeah,
to help
so if
me.
you look at the chip now, there should be a gold triangle on the PCB.
All right, let's take the plastic, the first component off. Let's see, a gold triangle. Okay, yeah, so I still have it in the plastic. Want to come to the second camera and see if you can,
Yep.
it's that one there,
So
right?
actually flip it over to the front. Sorry, I should take a half a shot for that. Wasn't clear.
Take a
On
shot,
the
take
front,
a shot.
half a
Okay.
shot. I'm doing it.
Take a shot of coffee. If you've just joined us, every time that Oliver doesn't give me a complete instruction and I don't do the right thing, as a result, he gets to take a shot of caffeine. There we go.
Here,
All
hold
right,
on. Let me go to my camera
I
really
found the
quick.
gold triangle, so we
Okay,
can
gold
see
camera.
proof
Hold
that
on.
you're
Just so everyone
actually
knows that I'm
taking a.
actually doing it. Here, I'll do switch this.
Oh wow, you're really going for it. I thought you were just gonna take a little sip. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Nope.
We're gonna
Nope,
go
nope, nope.
for Was that
No, I
the
said I was
entire
gonna do.
coffee container?
No, no, no. It's half of the can.
Too good.
half of the can. I'm
In
ready,
in
focused.
in what world is that a shot? Like, in what world is like half a can of coffee a shot? I'm sorry, it just
It's
isn't.
a
But
half a shot of coffee.
I love your determination, and I love that you really just go hard or go home with this challenge. So thank you.
100%.
Um,
Go 100.
I have to decide. I have to decide if I'm going to be cruel and kind of deliberately mishear things that you say, so you can take more shots. Or no, I won't. I promise. I'll be
Please
good.
don't, because
I
I already
promise.
feel it. Like I'm literally starting to feel the caffeine.
I already feel it.
I am not ready for this.
Okay.
Okay, back.
Me
Oh
either.
boy. All right, back to the chip. Okay. So you
Okay.
see the triangle on the front?
Yep, I see that. So that needs to line
Okay,
up with this one. Okay.
exactly.
Oh, outside of the
And
plastic,
so
obviously.
yeah. So when you open the plastic, you're going to want to carefully
Uh-huh.
grab the chip, and you're just going to want to drop it straight into the socket, and try to line up
Yep.
the pins with the socket holes.
All right, but just really gentle. So I should grab it around the edges and don't touch any of the
Yeah, so
pins,
it
yeah?
actually has like a little like the plastic has like a little like indentation
These
for your
little
fingers.
things on the side. Yeah,
Yes.
got it.
So you're going to pick it straight up,
Straight up. Okay. Straight down.
and it should fall in. So is it did it couldn't your hand was covering it. Did it
Yeah.
fall into the slot? Okay.
No. There you go.
No.
It fell in just then.
There
Yeah,
we
it
go.
did. It did
Okay.
just then. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
Cool. All right.
one quick test to do is to just
Yeah.
put your finger right over it and just sort of don't push down, but just
No.
jiggle it.
Just
And
like
so make sure that the chip doesn't slide off or move out of the slot. It looks like it's in very good.
it's yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So that looks pretty.
So now we
Yeah.
just
I very very gently. Okay. This comes
yeah.
down.
So now we just lock it. Yep. So pull the lever down.
Do I need to push it in like that? Is that it?
There you go. Yep. And it's locked.
Cool. Oh, sweet.
That's
Okay.
it.
That was,
So yeah.
it felt like surgery. My hand was shaking. My hand was shaking, but okay, I think we did it. All right. All right.
You
Whew.
did great. I mean, that was the most dangerous, possibly the most expensive part of the whole thing, right? If you damaged a pin or if you dropped it wrong,
Yeah.
uh, that's it. From now on,
Okay.
mostly easy,
Yeah.
smooth sailing. That should be mostly.
Okay, good. Hopefully I didn't damage anything putting it in. We'll soon
No, no,
find
no.
out.
We'll find out
Okay.
soon.
All right,
Um,
here we go.
okay.
All right.
Before moving on to the cool, or you want to do the cooler now?
No, you tell me because I'm the beginner and you are instructing me on the best way for me to do this. So um,
I,
maybe someone else would not do the cooler now, or maybe they would. What do you think
you
I
could
should
do the
do?
cooler now.
Because I am in your
It
very
doesn't matter.
capable hands. You tell me because I don't know how to do this. This is my first time, so you need to help me through it.
Let's let's do the cooler. You already unboxed it. It's
Yeah.
right next to
Okay.
you. That way we can get the
I
box
mean,
out the way. We can be finished with the
right here.
cooler.
I'm excited to do this. Okay. Okay.
So, okay, so
Cooler.
here let's we have to caveat this. So that
Yeah.
cooler I've used
Uh-huh.
with that CPU for another build in a different test. So
Uh-oh.
the
You're saying it's
coolers when they
secondhand.
come out of the box, it is secondhand. I'm sorry. It's cheaper that way if you can find it
Ah.
cheaper, you know.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so
So yeah.
when they come out of the box,
So
you were saying it wouldn't normally look like this because of the other
no, it
stuff
will.
on
It
it.
will look like that. It will. But if
Okay.
you lift it up out of the box and look at it on the underside, there will be no
Yep.
thermal compound or thermal paste.
Okay. So this is the stage where, yeah, if it's new, it will have thermal paste automatically there for you, so you don't have to
Yeah,
apply it yourself. But because
yeah,
this is a secondhand part that you've used previously, I'm going to have to put thermal paste on the CPU before I put this on.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And there's actually something else you
So
need to do before that.
unfortunately, okay, well, what do
There's
I have
something
to
else
do
you need to
before
do
that?
before
Before
that.
I get the thermal paste ready? Yeah.
So
What do
why
I
don't
need
you
to do?
pull the cooler out of the box to see look at the mounting mechanism?
Okay. Is there any, I can just lift it out like so?
Yep.
Okay. So should I flip it? You want to see the mounting on the other side? I'm not touching anything on the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah. So if you
Okay.
notice on the underside, you see there's no pre-applied thermal paste. It's bare, it's
Yes.
clean. I've cleaned it mostly well. It's
Uh-huh.
okay, it's a little dirty, but I cleaned it mostly well. You may notice that for this mounting mechanism of the for the cooler, it uses 4 screws, right? One,
Okay.
two, three, four.
Yeah.
That means we need to take the screws out of the motherboard.
Ah, okay. So are these, I'm
Yeah.
assuming these ones, these four here. Okay.
Yep.
All
So
right.
those
All right.
clips that are already on there are for a different AMD cooler,
Okay.
one that's inferior in my opinion. These screws are much better, or these screw
All right.
mounting mechanisms are much better than the clip mechanisms.
I see. All right. Well, so then that means I have to get my toolkit out. All right, let's see. Oh, look how many. I've got so many. I just want to show you how many options that I have to choose from here.
Yeah.
Look, this is kind of intimidating because this is my kit here, and this is the one that you gave me. Now, it looks like a fairly, it's not a tiny Phillips head. It's it's a fairly decent size
It's
one.
I believe it's a
Uh,
number one.
Number one. Oh, they have them written. Okay, I can't, sorry, I can't, don't know if you can see because I only just managed to see the writing because it's so dark. Here we go. I don't know if it's going to be picked
Yeah,
up, but there, that's number one,
think
right?
the bit
Okay,
rate.
that one.
Yep, that's number one. I think the bit rate's a
Yeah,
little low that we don't see the details, but for you,
yeah,
those
that's
you
okay.
at home, it says one.
Who,
Promise us. I
it
promise.
says one. Okay, I promise. It says one. Okay, so I got my number one in in the screwdriver. Okay, so now I just need to take the screws out.
Yep. So you just want to unscrew them.
All right, I'm doing the right thing, right? This is the right one that I should be taking out. First one.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Gently. Ooh. Now, is this a magnetized screwdriver? Hope
It
so.
should be, but the magnet
Whoop.
was a little weak last time I used it.
Yeah. It's not. I don't think it's gonna.
Not super great.
Oh, yeah, no, it did it.
Yeah,
It
there
did
you
it.
go. Yeah,
Yay.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great. All right.
yeah,
Now let
yeah.
me put this in a little container because little secret about me, I'm messy and I lose things frequently. So this is definitely a situation where I need to be very organized and very methodical. So that's why I have like a little container, and I'm not going to rush this because I want to make sure that we get this hopefully working first time and I don't lose anything. Woo! Okay, so now I took that out. Now this component is wobbling a little bit. Is that okay?
Yep. So you can pull the plastic right
Yep.
off now.
This entire thing, the
Yep.
black thing, entirely.
Yep.
Okay.
It is. It should be
Oh, okay.
super loose. Yep.
Yep, it is. Yep. Cool.
Yep.
Woo. Okay.
You're doing great, Lexi.
Now, thank you. Now, talk amongst yourselves because this is a, I don't know how exciting it is watching me take screws out of a motherboard. Maybe it is exciting. Maybe this is like a new genre of ASMR, except I don't know if you can really hear too well through the
No,
earbuds.
it doesn't sound super ASMR-y, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a
I
shame.
can't
But
answer
it's
a
actually
question though.
quite
Someone wanted to know.
great.
Uh, Malachi from YouTube wanted to know how many PCIe slots the motherboard has. It has one
Has
16X slots, Jesus, and then two. I believe there is that 4 or 8
that's a
X
PCI
slots.
there, right? I can.
Yeah, so that's one. That's the one
That one.
for the video card, and then the other two
Ah, okay,
smaller
yes.
ones could be for any sort of
Yep.
expansion. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's nice that it's all labeled too, which I appreciate, especially if you're
Is it
coming to
labeled
it first
on
time
the
like
board?
me. Yeah, it says PCI EX1 on this one, and then this one EX1 under dash one and under dash two. Yeah, so it is labeled. That's great. I like that. So then I have some reference point when you say all these things. And I'm like, I know
Yeah.
what this means, but I don't know where it's located. So it's like a bit of a treasure map for me, which is good. I appreciate that. Okay, so now I have the screws taken out and I've taken these plastic mounts out. Cooler time?
Okay. What?
Cooler time? Cooler time?
Almost. I want to just show something to some people that may. So if
Okay.
you lift up the board, what we unscrewed is actually there's a back plate.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead,
Do
lift
you
it
want to
up.
do you want to show yeah?
Yeah, I just want to show the back plate. So it's actually on the cardboard box. If you look on the cardboard, just move the motherboard out the way. Yeah,
Ah, wow.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like magic. Woohoo. Okay, so do you want me to
yeah.
move that away?
No, we're going to use that. I
Move
just
that.
want people to know that there is a
Oh,
back plate there, and
okay.
I just wanted to show it off.
That's what, okay,
And
so
so,
that's what happened when I unscrewed, right?
yep. And so the CPU cooler
Mm-hmm.
will screw into those holes that you unscrewed. So like I said, if you lift up the motherboard, you're moving around or something, there is a back
Yep.
plate there. Just be
Okay.
aware of it. So
Got it.
you can put it
Yes,
back
it's a
into the
surprise.
yes.
It was a surprise to me because I was like, oh, there's a component there I wasn't expecting. Okay.
And then
Put it
some, if
back
you
down
buy a
there
third-party
nicely.
cooler, they sometimes have
Uh-huh.
their own backplate. So,
Okay.
depending on what you buy, you may have to remove that one or get a different backplate. They come in the
Got
box,
it. Got
so
it.
with
Okay,
clear
in all in the
instructions.
box. That's what I like to hear. I love it when it's all in the box and it's all provided, which is very helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
So
I've
now,
seen the back plate. I've repositioned it all.
yep, yep. So now you can add the thermal paste
Okay,
and
this guy.
do about a bead of rice. Yep. And I'm not going to show it on stream
Okay.
because uh, y'all are mean sometimes. So we're not going to show it.
People get mean about it. Okay, just a bead of rice. All right. So is there to help me with the actual paste container? Do I need to take this little? This is a lid.
Yeah, so
Can I take that
that
off?
screws off.
Okay, that screws off. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it's really tight. This is going to be the challenge is getting this off. I can see there's a thread, so that's the thing. I'm
Oh,
not very
did it
strong when
get
it comes to unscrew.
did it get
It's a little, yeah, let me grab a tea towel so I can get a little bit more leverage on it. See, that's what happens all the time in my kitchen. Jars, things that are difficult to get off. Yeah, I have to always bring out the reinforcements. Tea towel always helps. Here we go.
while you work on that, Saurav of YouTube
Okay.
wants to know, are we doing the Windows installation during the stream? Yes, we will
Yeah,
go
baby.
all the way
Yeah,
into
baby.
Windows.
We're going all the way into Windows. Yeah. Provided that it works when we turn it on, that is.
It's gonna work.
So
It's gonna work.
I love how you have faith in me. Thank you. So should I just squeeze out a little bit just to make sure that it's the right consistency, like onto a paper towel or something, or should I just go for it? What do you think?
Oh no, no, it should be good. That's a new
Okay.
bottle or a new syringe of thermal paste. It should be good to go.
All right. So just like a bead of rice, right?
Yeah,
Grain
like a
of
bead of
rice.
rice or a little blob. For those of you who are really interested in the appropriate way of applying thermal paste, Steve Burke of Gamers Nexus actually did on YouTube did an extensive breakdown on how applications of thermal paste affect thermals. So check
Right.
out his channel. Super smart dude. Super smart dude. And he did a whole article and a whole video on how you should apply thermal paste. Check out his
Love
video.
it.
He went through the whole thing, doing the X or like a big blob or like scooping on like
Oh,
a whole
wow.
bunch onto the thing. Um, Turns out it really didn't matter too much. But anyway, we'll keep going.
Don't spoil the
Um,
video. There are people want to go watch it. After the stream, go
well, it's
watch
like
it,
a
and I will definitely watch it as well.
after the
But
stream, go watch it.
yeah,
Okay, so
stay with us right now.
let's
Okay.
do the cooler now.
All right, so I have that my little my small grain of rice shaped thing. Okay, now you're not gonna.
Yes.
So is there a particular configuration in which I need to like align the logo or anything like that of the cooler?
Not really. I believe there is a way that you can rotate the logo. So it fits two ways, right? It's not a complete
Okay.
square. So it either
Yeah.
fits like this way or you rotate it the other way, but it fits both ways. Um, it depends if you want to cable manage and hide that little cable that's coming off of it, the fan uh, connector
Yeah.
cable. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but it really doesn't matter. Uh, the
Okay.
logo isn't going to be right side up either way, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame. All right. Well, as long
Yeah.
as I'm putting it in, you yeah, you tell me. So if I just put it straight down with the even though that doesn't matter which way the logo is going, if I put it straight down with the in the configuration that I have, is that going to work? It looks like it's going to fit.
It should. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks, if as long
Yeah.
as the screws line up, then you should be good. Do you mind
Well, I
rotating
hope
your
so.
B cam a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
So I'm gonna
How's
switch now.
that?
I'm waiting for you to. Yep, that looks good. I'm
Is
waiting for you
that
to
that?
hide
Yeah.
the your thermal paste application.
I didn't do that bad of a job. Trust me. It's totally
No, it
fine.
looked
And it's
great.
only a small
It
amount.
looked legit.
It's only a small amount. Okay,
So
good.
you want to go
All
straight
right. So
down, and you don't want to like jiggle it at all as you bring the cooler down.
don't want to jiggle it at all.
Yep.
This is the hard part. I don't know. I need
Oh,
to do
don't reveal
this.
the thermal paste.
Oh. Trying to align. Okay. Yeah. No jiggling. That was just my shaky
No
hands.
jiggling.
So yeah,
Okay.
there was no jiggling. It was just me going, oh, am I putting it down right? Okay. All right. So everything, it's sitting in properly,
Yep.
hopefully.
So this is going
Now
to
the
require a
same.
little bit of force and torque
Okay.
to screw in these screws into the back plate.
All
Uh,
right.
so you're gonna and you're gonna want to go in an X pattern. So you don't want to go like
Yes.
top left, bottom left,
So
right
not so
bottom,
basically
top.
not how I undid the you know how I undid the screws. There was like a sort of a clockwise
Yeah, yeah.
thing. I should do like one, two, three, four sort of thing.
Yep, yep. You want to be able to
Okay.
apply even pressure as you screw
Yeah.
down the cooler.
Okay. And the same number one Phillips head. Is that good for
Yep,
this?
same number one
Looks
Phillips
like it
head.
should be.
Phillips head should fit.
Okay. So I need to.
You might
Should
have
I
to put your
hold
hand over the
down?
cooler to steady it. Yep.
Yeah.
And you might have to apply a little bit of pressure. There are springs on the screws that hold the tension down to keep the
Yeah.
cooler attached to the CPU for optimum cooling.
Optimum cooling. Okay.
Yes. And it's going to not sound great. Like you're going to hear the springs sort of compressing, and it's
Yeah.
going to.
Oh, I don't know if my
Yeah,
microphone's
I
picking
know.
that up, but it sounds. Oh, it does sound like.
It
Oh,
sounds
it's like
bad.
creaking. Yeah, it does sound bad.
Yeah. Someone wants to know, Jerediah wants to know if we'll be installing Windows 10 or Windows 10 Pro. Whatever you want. Our media installation has
Whatever
Windows
you
10
want.
and Windows 10 Pro on it. Yeah, whatever you'd like. So
Whatever you
we'll
like.
probably do Windows 10 Pro. Frank wants to know,
Okay.
how long does it typically take to build a PC? I haven't built my own yet. Uh, the more you do it, the easier it will get. Uh, Usually my builds take about an hour, depending on how
Right.
complex the case is and how many components you have. We expect this stream to take about 2 hours, so we're going all the way up to about noon. And that's only because we're going really slow and methodical and making sure that everything is done in a way that someone else can watch the stream and then build their own PC as they go along. So
Right.
an hour to 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. My very first build, like the very first one I did, probably took me 4 or 5 hours because I was going through different YouTube videos and finding different
Yeah.
um, tutorials on how to do it. So it took me
Oh,
like
I
a
see.
good, like a full Saturday to do the whole thing.
I thought, yeah.
So,
All right.
you know,
What I should
plan
have
a
done
weekend around it.
is I should
Not
have come
bad.
down. Yeah. I should have come down to look on the side here to see, make sure it was screwing in. There we go. Because I realized I didn't think it was catching properly.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
being
yeah.
too
It's
I was
because
being
this.
too gingerly with it. I was like not
Yeah,
I was like super delicate. No, you got to have a bit of force with this. As I can
yeah.
tell
So
now. All right,
unfortunately,
let me
this
come around the
is
other
this is one
side.
of the more scary parts. It's you really got to
It
push
is
down,
scary.
uh, and there are springs pushing back at you, but those are tension springs, so you need to kind of fight it, force it down. I wouldn't push down too hard,
Yeah.
like you're like trying to like
Too much? Is
stab
that
it
too
or
much?
anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll stop turning. But yeah, you want to keep
Okay.
going. You can. I would keep going in an X pattern as you slowly screw
Yeah.
everything down,
So
just to
I
keep
I
the tension
realized I
equal.
yes. I did make so I realized that I was doing the X and then I needed to put more pressure on because one of them didn't catch properly. So I'm trying to
Mm.
even things out
Hmm.
now. Yeah. So that was my bad. Okay. Make sure that
Does
we're
that mean I
all.
need to take a coffee shot or?
No, it's not. That was actually my fault, I think, not yours. You can take one on my
Okay.
behalf if you want, but I think you're good. Okay, so now,
I will. Maybe I need to be more jittery. Oh, go ahead. I'll just drink water.
okay, so now, let's see. We're looking pretty firm. Is there like a good test? Like a obviously it shouldn't jiggle, but
There is a
how
test
tight should I
that
lock these down
uh, I would say until the
until they
screws
don't
stop
screw?
turning. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so it's really quite a lot.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pressure at this point, mainly because of you really need to have contact between the IHS of the CPU and the heat sink of the cooler. The thermal paste
Yeah.
there is just there to fill in any imperfections in the metal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of tension. It's spreading the thermal paste throughout the entire top of the chip. Hopefully, if you
Yeah.
didn't apply a lot, shouldn't be oozing out the sides.
No,
But
there's no
there is a
oozing.
lot. No, no, I
There is
saw
no.
your application was top notch, so you're good.
Good, thank you. Okay, all right. So I've tightened it until they're like, yeah, they're solid now. And there's no, like, they're pretty much reached the extent of how much I can tighten them without me worrying that I'm going to break a thread or anything. So,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, it looks pretty firm. Apart from, yeah, I realized that I was trying the cross and then it wasn't seated. So I tried the cross again and I think we're fine. I think we're fine.
You're good.
But this
You're
is all
good,
stuff
Lexi.
that
You
like
are good.
beginners, but like as I was saying, like this is a beginner's build. This is stuff that beginners, people that have never built a PC before, are probably going to have the same sort of issues. So it's really good that we're walking through, so you can get an idea of like what you should be doing as best as possible. And
Yeah,
we're all going to make like little mistakes here and there, but hopefully nothing is going to be kind of like a deal breaker. Fingers crossed, anyway. So
you're
we're looking good.
everything's
Okay,
great. You haven't broken anything. It
good.
sounds like you're already apologizing for breaking something that you haven't even done.
No, it's just because I think the difficulty with putting the cooler in is that for me it's the sound of the springs and the tension. It's kind of working out that the threshold that you have basically between how much pressure you need to apply the sound, which is kind of the audio feedback is kind of like, oh, I'm breaking something, but it's actually the spring, as you say, and then you've got to push it down probably harder than you think. And I'm kind of gentle with this stuff, so actually this is where I needed to put more force down. So rather than just being gentle and delicate like we were with the CPU, this one is a little bit more like, all right, let's put some pressure on. So it's kind
A
of interesting
little
in
bit of
that
force.
juxtaposition, a little bit of juxtaposition between the gentle with the CPU and then some force with the cooler.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
we
mean,
look
in
good. This
general,
looks good.
everything should fit. Yeah, you feel good about it?
Yeah, I feel really good about it. This is looking good. I mean, I'm proud of myself so far. I'm done now, right? This is it. Just kidding.
Yeah, yeah. We're all right, guys. Thanks for
Just
watching.
kidding.
We'll see.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Love you all. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna just be good and rebox bits and pieces just so we keep everything
Yeah.
in a nice order.
Yep,
Oh,
this would be a
I
good time
see.
to clean everything up, clean everything that
Yeah.
you've used up so far. So
Uh-huh.
the plastic clips and the screws that you took out of the motherboard, we're not
Yes.
using those, obviously. Those
Okay,
those
so
are
they
done.
can
So we
sit
can
in
set those aside.
a little
Yeah.
container so I don't lose them. Perfect. Oh, it fits so neatly. There we go. Okay, so they're set aside. We don't need those. We don't need the boxes anymore. We can just seal that up again. Perfect. Oh, I see. Oh, reboxing is one of those things that I'm not particularly good at. It's a very distinct skill, and I have so much love and respect for people that can rebox things in a way that looks like they're factory fresh, which is actually what you did, Oliver. I have to say big props to you because you were able to rebox things in a way that made it look like they were brand new. I mean, they are brand new, most of the parts, but the fact that you made it look like they'd just been delivered was very, very nice. Okay.
I'm a box hoarder. I hoard so many
Yeah,
boxes. I mean,
you're one
you
of
and my
those
girlfriend
people,
had a
right?
discussion about this. We had to talk
Yeah,
about how I just keep all the boxes for all the components, which is a good practice to do because in case any of your
yeah,
components
right.
fail, you can put them back and then ship them back to the manufacturer and
Hmm.
get them RMA'd. So you can get a
Yeah,
refund, repaired, or whatever. So I keep all my boxes. Uh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Or if you want
So
to
there's just
resell a
mountains and mountains
component
of
later,
boxes in my
maybe.
closet. You know. Yeah, if you want to
What are we gonna
resell it,
do?
it's always good to have that.
Yeah. Well, we'll promise we're not sending you an application to the Hoarders show. Promise. Not yet, anyway. Maybe when the quarantine's over, we'll get onto that. But
Yeah.
just kidding.
Uh,
All right.
so
Feeling
we're
pleased
we're
with
50
this.
minutes in. Do you
Time
wanna
is flying.
should we do a little recap or I mean, actually, you know what?
Yes,
Let's finish the RAM.
absolutely.
Let's
Well,
let's do the RAM and then
oh,
we'll do a
we'll
quick
do the
recap.
RAM. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Okay. So
actually,
let me
we're
grab
still
our.
actually not done with the cooler. There's a problem with the
Oh,
cooler
oh,
still. Can do you, do you
uh-oh.
do you see it?
Well, this needs to be attached somewhere,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
So this
Um,
board conveniently has everything labeled. So on
okay.
the AMD logo side, next to the RAM slots on the top
Yep.
right, there
Yep.
should be
Uh,
a little connector that says CPU fan.
CPU fan, that one, I can see that one. Yep.
Yeah.
So that
So you
one
just
should
want to
go in
plug
there.
that
Now,
in.
is there's a set way for it to go? Yes, there is.
There is,
Now,
there is.
is it
So
all right if it
there's
goes, should it go over? No, it won't go under. Is it all right if it goes like that?
yeah, it's all right if it goes like that. If you could wrap it around and try to hide, the cable. If it doesn't reach,
It
it's not going to
doesn't
reach.
reach because I didn't mount it in a way that would reach. I didn't realize that was where it was going to
Yeah,
go. Um,
yeah.
so is that all right
That's
if I do
okay.
it like
That's
that?
all right.
Okay.
That's totally fine. First time builder is totally fine. We are going to try to do a little bit of cable management, try to keep everything clean in the
Yeah,
case for our build
definitely.
today.
I
So,
would like to keep things neat because I'm not a neat person. So this is a real challenge and a real test of patience and also my ability to keep things nice and neat. Okay, so we plug that in. It goes only in one way. Straight
yeah.
down, didn't bend anything, I
Do you
hope.
want to talk about the plastic clip that you encountered, making it fit only one way?
Yes, definitely. So there was like a little, I guess, kind of an indentation. So that indicated that it would only fit one way. So that was kind of nice to let me know. And when I was pushing it down, there was no real resistance. It went in pretty smoothly. So that was a good indication that it went in the right way, right?
Yep. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Okay.
And then
Seated,
if you have a
hopefully.
board that doesn't have labels on it, the user manual in the motherboard box will have
Oh, perfect. Yes.
everything labeled in there. We're not using it today.
Perfect.
I mean, we might consult it a little bit later. Hopefully not.
Hmm.
Hopefully my notes are good enough that we won't need to. Um, but
Well, you read the instructions. I mean, I normally this is good, good Sunday reading. Good to know. I mean, yes, consult the manual if in doubt. Fortunately,
yes.
I know the man for the task and he's read the instruction manual for me and knows his way around a motherboard. Yay! Okay, perfect. All right, so let's recap for everyone who's just joined the stream. My name is Lexi, and I am building a PC for the very first time. I'm pretty much a total beginner at this. I mean, I built like a PC when I was 15, but a lot has changed in that time, and I haven't done any kind of PC build since then. So effectively, I'm a beginner. This is the first time for me, and Oliver, super producer, is joining me. He's built many a PC in his spare time, and he is walking me through. Say hello. He's walking me
Hello.
through live on the stream. And this is pretty much a fairly beginner's PC. It's specced out. Oliver did all the hard work in terms of specking it out and bringing me the components through a contact-free, social distanced delivery. That it's all around $600 or under. Although the prices of the components can vary, especially given the current climate that we're in. So this is not a massive gaming workout. Workhorse is not really going to be suited for people that want like a really intense gaming PC. But if you do want something like that, I highly recommend you go check out. Oliver's done a really cool PC build of a much more intense gaming workhorse than this one. It's over on the How to Do It All channel on Cnet. Just type in How to Do It All PC build on YouTube and you should be able to find it. So that's something for people that want a bit more of an intense machine than the one that we are building. But I think this one is pretty much spec'd out to everything that I want. Some 1080p gaming, it's going to be good for photo editing, maybe some light video editing as well. I don't know, 4K, maybe it's not suited for 4K footage.
I
I don't know. Do
wouldn't
you
I
think I'll
wouldn't
be okay or not? No?
I,
Wouldn't
I I
try it?
wouldn't
Wouldn't
push it
try
to
it?
4K. Wouldn't push it. I
Okay.
mean, it'll work. It'll just be really slow and clunky. It's not going to crash though. It
Yeah.
definitely. I don't expect it to
Okay.
crash during 4K, but it won't be the smoothest 4K editing experience. Not at all,
Got it.
actually.
Got it. Okay. So that's the recap of where we are. If you have any questions for us, you can drop them into the live chat and we'll answer some of them as we go along. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm a little nervous, but I think that's probably common for a lot of people that are building a PC for the first time. And this is like a fun project that we thought it would be really cool to do if you are, at home, but you want to be able to help like friends or family remotely build a PC. This is maybe something that you could help them through and walk them through. And, Oliver's doing a great job. And the thing is, though, the challenge that I have set for him is that every time that he does or says something and I don't quite understand the instruction, he is going to take a shot of coffee. And that could either be because I misinterpreted it or he didn't explain it in the way that I could understand it because I'm the beginner. I don't know. He's done a pretty good job. He's only had one shot so far. So
So
round
far,
of applause.
I feel like I
So
should have taken
far,
a
you're
shot
doing
for
well.
the CPU, but it's fine. I I still feel
No.
like jittery from the first one, so it's. I'm worried about like I think we're fine, but I'm worried about when we get into the case because there's like holes everywhere and there's
Yeah,
like different places to put things, and I'm just like,
right.
please focus, focus.
Exactly. There's a lot. I know the case is probably for me one of the most intimidating things because there's it's a large enough case, but it's just like there's a certain order in which things need to go in, and cable management is something that I'm also concerned about because I'm very messy, and so organizing cables and stuff is important for me because that's the real challenge I think for me because when I did it many moons ago, I was like, yeah, that's fine, the cables can sit there, but that's not good. I'm going to run into a lot of trouble like longer term if I don't manage the cables properly. I know that much as a beginner, so that I think is going to be the big challenge. But anyway, we have the motherboard, we have the chip and the cooler all installed. Now, what is my next step?
Let's put the RAM in. Should we do that?
Yeah, okay, that's right, the RAM. That's right. All right.
While you're
This
off,
is
there's a
fun.
couple questions that I just want to answer really quick. A bunch just came in.
Yes, please
Todd from
do.
YouTube was he was wondering if the board is already flashed for the new 3300X. Yes. Um, we don't know though if it will support the 4000 series AMD chips. AMD last week said that initially the B450 boards wouldn't take the what do you call it, the 4000 series AMD CPUs. I reached out to Asus. They haven't gotten back to me yet. Hopefully it will be, because if it does, then that's actually kind of an awesome board to have now, especially for 85 bucks, and you can take it all the way up to 4000 series. CPUs that don't even exist yet or aren't available
Mhm.
yet. That'd be a great buy. And then Sarov is asking why our graphics card is an AMD one over an NVIDIA one. There is no reasoning at this price point. It's essentially whatever you can find in stock. So the pandemic has been really wrecking havoc on availability on some components, and so we have one listed in the description, and the one that Lexi has in hand is a different. They're different CPUs, or I'm sorry,
Yes.
GPUs. So we're just going with what's in stock. The one in the description is the, what is it called? It is the RX 570 8 GB, which is on sale at Newegg. Um, but what we
This
had on
is
hand, which is a similar price if you can find it, was the 1650 Super from
yeah.
NVIDIA. So really at this price point, you're just like, we're trying to stay under a $600 budget. So we're just sort of picking and choosing parts that are available. and what we had on hand. And that's pretty much it for me right now. There's another question, but I have to
Cool.
look. Like it's off the dock. I can't read it. Anyway, let's do RAM. Let's take a look
Let's
here.
do RAM. Okay. So, all right. Now, the number of slots that we have here, what are the ones, the correct ones that I should be installing in? Because there's two gray, two black. Now,
Yes. So
do
for
tell me
RAM,
which
you
one.
don't want to install RAM on two slots next to each other. This board has, these chipsets have dual channel memory, and that means
Mm-hmm.
that it can access both RAM sticks at the same time to
Okay.
make it faster. The this board is nice because it actually has alternating colors, and I
Right.
actually looked it up for the one that we're using. Slots was it A1, A2, or A B1, B2, I believe are
Mm-hmm.
the gray ones, is the ones that we should be
Okay.
installing our RAM into.
That's good because it would have been a difficult proposition because the cooler is positioned in the way that wouldn't
Oh,
let me
is it in the
access
way?
the. Mm-hmm. It is.
Uh-oh.
Did you
Well,
tell me
good
to
thing
do
we
it in
didn't
the
need to be.
right? Good thing we didn't need to access that one. See,
Oh, do
there
I need to
is
take a
there
shot for
is a.
that?
I think you need to take a shot for that one because you were like, no, that's okay. You can put it in that way. It's fine. And I did. Look, it's totally fine because if we need to use the grey ones, it's totally fine. There we go. Chug, chug. All right, if you've just joined us, then Oliver is taking a shot of coffee for every time that we have a direction that is it's right. It's still right. It's just probably not optimal if you needed to use that slot because it would have involved me having to take the whole thing out again and reseating the cooler, correct? If
Yes.
I wanted to use that slot.
So yeah, you'd have to take that off. You'd have to clean off all the thermal
All of the thermal
compound, and
paste.
it would have been a whole
Yeah.
mess.
Okay, but we're good. There will be enough clearance here if I use the grey one, correct?
Yep, yep. And that is the ones that we
Cool.
should be
Okay.
using. Check your motherboard
Amazing.
manual. It'll tell you which slots to put it in when you're using one RAM stick
Mm-hmm.
configuration, two RAM sticks configuration, or four sticks configuration. Um,
Great.
but we're using the gray ones. We're using two 8 GB sticks for a total of 16 gigs. The
Mm-hmm.
way to install the RAM is if you look closely at the motherboard, there's a notch right in the middle of the
Yep.
RAM slot. Let me go
Mm-hmm.
full screen here.
Yep.
Yep.
I
So
can
there's
see
some
the
notches
notch. Yep.
there.
Uh-huh. All
And
right.
then the
I can see that.
ballistics, and there
Also
should
has a
be a
notch.
notch.
Yes, there is a
Yeah,
notch. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure if the minimum focusing distance is a little too close on this camera. You
I
can
think
see
we
that
see
there
it.
is a notch even if it's out of focus. Okay, so there's a certain way that it goes in. So I believe it's that way. All right. So now these plugs, I mean, well, basically these notches. So this side, oh, interesting. Okay, so this side unlocks and then this side is static, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Oh,
That
interesting.
is
Okay, so last time I did this, they both clicked in. This was many moons ago, so a lot of stuff has changed. Last time I changed RAM in my old computer. So, okay, so it looks like when I slot it in, is it automatically going to click in,
so you want to
or
go
am I going to have to
straight. No, you want to go
straight
straight
down?
down and go
Yep.
evenly on both sides.
Uh-huh.
And you should use a little bit of force, and you should hear it
Yep.
click and lock into place
So
on
just
both
push
sides,
push
actually.
down on
Yep.
both sides. Yep. Okay, I heard it clicked. Solid in.
Okay.
It's not moving. Okay, cool. I do the same with the other one. Other
Yep.
side.
And while you do that, I'm going to answer two questions. Brent is asking, is there a
Great.
part list for what you have, uh, for what you are building on from Facebook? If you're on Facebook, I don't believe there's a part list in the description of that
Uh,
video. If you go to, well, there's two places where you can actually find that information. You can either go to cnet.com, and on there we have an article for this build that has the part list on it, or on our YouTube channel, the description of the YouTube channel has that part list of what we have. Joe Pacino says that the fan shroud with the AMD logo will interfere with the RAM stick closest to the cooler if it is ever populated. Yes,
Got it.
we figured
Okay.
that. My bad. Took a shot for that
Yeah.
already. So we got that sorted. And that is true of third-party coolers as well. Sometimes they get a little big, and there are some RAM clearance issues. They do sell RAM that
hmm
is a shorter height that fits
Mm.
under some coolers. Sometimes some coolers are just so big that they just take up the slot. It happens. It
Yep.
depends on the manufacturer of the board, right? Like how close they put it to the cooler. It
Right.
happens.
So if I was in an ideal world, if we did this again, would I just orient it the other way around to have the logo and the notch over this side?
Yep,
Okay. All right. Well, we're
pretty
not in an ideal
pretty
world,
easy.
as we know, so
You know,
it's still gonna be fine.
it's
We
still
live
good.
and we
We
learn.
haven't messed up
Exactly.
completely. It's been fine.
No, we didn't mess up at all. This is just a different orientation. I mean, yeah, we'd be in trouble if we needed to use the first slot, but fortunately we don't. And anyway, as we said, we're waiting on the new AMD chip, which may arrive during this broadcast. And if that's the case, I'm going to take everything out and put that one in instead because that's the brand new one. And then we can fix the seating issue if we wanted to. So there you go. I mean, the great thing about this is that, there's no one right way to do it. I mean, there's like a lot of things that you can do incorrectly, but I mean, I think it all depends on the configuration that you have, right? We can be flexible about it. And, one way to do it is not necessarily the way someone else would build it either, correct?
Yes. Although they might argue
Yeah.
that their way is the right way and your
Is
way
the
is the
correct, of
wrong way,
course,
but
yeah, absolutely. I respect that completely. But for now, we're doing the Oliver method, which is this.
oh no.
I'm pleased with it. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. I'm very happy with the progress so far. Okay, so now we have everything seated. We have the RAM in. Doesn't jiggle. Nicely seated. Installing RAM is one of life's small pleasures that I really enjoy. I have to say, it's the one thing that I used to do a lot when I was, um, back in my days when I was tinkering inside PCs, which is a very, very long time ago. But I did enjoy swapping out RAM because it was the easiest way to give my pre-bought PC at that time a little bit of a performance boost. So there you
Yep.
go. Into the archives. All right. Now we have this all seated and all set. What is my next step?
I think I think it might be time to go to the case. We can set aside
Uh-oh.
the motherboard with the CPU and the RAM. We can put that somewhere else,
Okay.
and we
Put
can
that aside
start
for
heading
now.
into the case.
All right. I'm going to put that on the side. Let's move these components here. All right. How is everybody doing out there? I hope everyone's staying safe and well during this time. And this is a fun little distraction for you guys and girls. This is certainly fun for me. I know that this is like, intimidating. Definitely is intimidating for me, but it's also fun. And I get to learn some new stuff, which is like the ideal scenario, right? I get to learn some stuff and hopefully entertain you guys at the same time. All right, so now I have the case. Here I am just like going and starting to unscrew it. Is that what I should be doing? Obviously. I'm just like, la la la
Yeah, I think
la.
so.
Here we
I
go.
think it's time. First, let's show. So in the case, in the box that the case came in, right, there were a set of screws, uh, and like
Yes,
a
that
little
is
accessories box, right? We need that.
the fractal design accessory box. Yes, is right here.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
one. Yep.
So
Okay.
when you buy a case, it should have everything you need inside of it.
hmm
So you shouldn't be searching for screws, uh, generally speaking. So
Right. Generally speaking, so there's some screws in here.
generally,
There's some zip ties too. Generally, yeah. I mean, unless you buy a really really cheap one, but hopefully it will
no,
come
I
with
think
everything that you need.
even the cheap ones should
Even the really
definitely
cheap
have the
ones. Okay.
screws. They should. They
I don't know.
should.
I don't know. I
They
haven't bought a
should.
case in many, many moons, so I don't know how they all work now. Okay. But yes, if they don't come with with the screws, then there's something wrong. Okay. Pro tip. Pro tip, take it back. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so
Whoop.
let's make some room. Oh, you're already
There you
going ahead.
go.
All right, so unscrew both
Look,
side
I got
panels.
excited. I got excited
It's
and
okay.
I just started unscrewing everything. Let me put this down on a surface that isn't in the
Yeah.
way in the kitchen. But yes, as you noticed, I am in my kitchen and this is the biggest workspace that I have. And there's some good light in here as well. So it's all seems to be the best place to do it because otherwise doing it on my coffee table wouldn't be ideal because there's also
Yeah.
carpet there and um, this is just like a nice place where I can keep everything in fairly good order. All right. Both, okay, sides came off pretty easily. Those screws were nice and nice and loose. Okay.
Yep. So those were thumb screws. Let me just clarify here
Yes.
really quick, just so that
Thumbs, yes, so I
everyone's
didn't
on
need a
board.
screwdriver to take them off. Yes. I'm sorry, I just went
Yeah.
straight to taking off the sides without showing you guys. My bad. I should take a shot of coffee for that, I think. There we go. All right. So the screws there, I just loosened them and took them off with my hands. I didn't need a screwdriver because they were nice and loose. And yeah, the panels just came off as you saw. Nice and simple.
Yep. Super
Okay.
simple.
Woof. Super simple. All right.
So,
Let's take a look at
okay,
what
so
we have
case is
here.
open.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the case, do you want to turn the case towards the camera?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
inside? Yeah.
Do you want me to lay it down or should I leave it upright
No, no, no,
instead?
no. We can
Okay.
work right here for a moment.
Okay.
So the case, so those string of cables running down the
Yeah.
middle of the case, that's your front I/O. So that's like your power button,
Okay.
that's your USB
Yeah.
on the front. I think
Okay. So
USB
that's all the
3.0.
ones that are, yeah. So let me just show
Yeah,
you.
up at
They're
the
all,
top.
those buttons are up at the top here.
Yep. And your
Okay.
headphone
So
jack. So
those, yeah.
all that stuff's on
Cool.
the front, and that will connect to your motherboard. I usually just do those at the end, or in the
Okay.
middle-ish, somewhere around there. And there's
Okie
also
dokie.
this case comes with two fans. We didn't buy any extra fans. If you have a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
money, I would recommend getting a third fan to blow air out the back of it at the
Ah.
case.
Mm-hmm.
But to keep it under budget, I didn't add an extra fan just to keep it simple. Also, our motherboard only has two fan headers, and we didn't want to buy a fan controller, and it gets too complicated at that point for a beginner
Got
build.
it. Mm-hmm.
So keeping it super simple.
Mm-hmm.
So the next step after you've popped open your case, and you take the both side panels off, is that we're going to actually bring in the power supply to
Okay.
pre-route
Let's grab
cables.
that. Let's grab the power supply. I'm just walking back and forth to my parts table over here. Okay. Power supply right here. Ooh, chunky box. All right. Let's open this up. Ah, it's actually quite therapeutic opening boxes like this, little, as I said before, it's kind of like ASMR, just without the volume. I just like looking at opening boxes, it's fun. Okay, so here we go. Pull everything out. Oh, there's a lot of cables in here. Okay. Oh,
There
you
are a
weren't
lot
kidding
of
about this
cables.
being an octopus. This is an octopus. My goodness. All right.
So
Whoa.
this is a
What the heck is this? Dude, you said it was an octopus, but I didn't realize it was going to be this big. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well, here we go.
it's not going to
All
be
right.
the
So,
prettiest inside the case, but let me just I have a note about this. So this power supply, and I'm reading off here. So this power supply is a non-modular power supply, meaning it's going to have an extra wide range of power connectors. So we're not going to
okay.
plug in all of those connectors onto our components because we
Right.
don't have that many components to begin with. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but what so that means we'll have to hide all these cables somewhere in the build, which might not be possible with this case. If you get
I
a
don't know how
modular
we're
power
going to do
supply,
that. But all right.
I figured it out. I'll walk you through it. Anyway, if you get a
Okay.
modular power supply, it actually has cables separately that you plug into um, the the power supply itself, and those are the only ones that you'll actually need. Or there's also semi-modular power supplies that are half octopus, half non-octopus.
Technical term there. Octopus,
Yes,
non-octopus. Cephalopod,
octopus,
non-cephalopod.
non-octopus.
Okay. Okay. Um, so I have an entire smorgasbord or a Noah's Ark of cables. The box, sorry, also came with some screws. So I'm keeping those aside. I'm assuming they're going to be very needed very soon. Okay,
Yes.
so now I have to work out where this is going to fit inside the case. Oh, this is just like honestly the mess of cables. It's giving me OCD just looking at it right now. And
I know, I know, I
just deep
know,
breaths.
I know.
Deep
It's gonna be
breaths. Okay,
okay.
it's gonna
So,
be all right.
uh, on the bottom half of the case, towards the
Mm-hmm.
middle, do you see an opening on the back,
Uh,
against the back? Yep,
this, right?
that
Yeah.
in there.
Yep.
So you're gonna
Uh-huh.
run all of that octopus cable through that opening.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oof.
I know, I know.
Oh wow. This okay, so I'm just gonna do it one by one. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit the entire the entire creature through. Okay. Here we go. Multiple
Oh, actually,
leads.
really quick, I have a note about this
Oh,
case. This case has
okay.
sorry, before you do that,
Stop.
I just saw it.
Pause.
So,
Freeze.
to the left of that opening, do you see four screws, holes?
Holes?
Yep,
Yeah, these ones.
yep,
Yep.
one, two, three, four. The
Uh-huh.
SSD that we have, you can mount it to the
Yeah.
back side of that, and you would do that before putting in your power supply because your power supply will cover it.
Oh, right.
However,
Okay. So should I? No,
no,
I don't.
no. I
However.
luckily I tested this out. However, because our power supply is non-modular, it means that there are extra connectors for like legacy connectors, like a Molex connector or something like that. Meaning
Okay.
that the SATA cables won't fit pressed up against so closely to the case. So if you had a
Ah, right.
modular power supply that the SATA power was just on its own, you could probably get it to fit with the SSD fitting on the back over there. But
Okay.
because there are more things with this power supply, our SSD won't fit back there. Our SSD
Got
fits,
it.
but the power supply, we couldn't get power to it, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
So
So,
it's not much point having it then, basically.
yeah, we can't get it to fit
Need
there. But
power. Need power.
it is a, it is a really nice place to hide the SSD back there. I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
super convenient, and I was really excited to use it. And then when I tried to plug in the power supply, it just didn't fit. So I was just
Uh,
really
yes.
disappointed.
Not so much. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Well, look, at
It's
least
okay.
this is part of the experience, is that every case is different and everything is going to install require a slightly different order of installation. So that's good. Now we know.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
Octopus is in position, Mr. Bond, and
Okay,
there we. Okay, all right. Now, should I
okay.
put this
So
inside the case?
not
Not
yes,
yet.
but the way we want to do it is that you see how there's a fan hole on top of the power supply. Yep.
Yeah.
So we
This.
want to
Yeah.
actually put that facing down to the exhaust portion of the case. Yeah.
So this is the exhaust portion, the honeycomb pattern here.
Yeah. Yep. The honeycomb
Okay.
pattern. So you
So I
want to
need
have
to
all the air
basically
blowing out.
flip
Yep.
it, right? Okay.
Flip it.
Uh, Actually, I should flip it. No, this
No,
way.
you're gonna have to flip it
Okay.
and then like fight the cables.
Hang on.
It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay.
And
Flip it. Hang
your
on.
outlet.
It's
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
yeah,
I
it
think
is a
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It's really okay. And the out okay, but this is more difficult than
Sorry.
it looks. Okay, so if the fan is facing down, but now the issue is how are should the this edge where the octopus cables are coming out, should that face the direction of where the outlet is, or should that be a different orientation,
It should
essentially?
face towards that hole just for cable management wise. I think you're doing it right. I think you're
Okay, I was doing it.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, you're good. You're
it's
good.
just that I feels like I'm going to squish the cables though.
It's okay. Oh wait, but oh no, no, no. Sorry. My mistake. I guess I think I need to take a shot.
Uh-oh.
So
Uh-oh,
that
shot of coffee.
so
Yeah, I was
you
like,
see
that
that
doesn't feel
power
right.
outlet? You see that
Yeah.
power right in front facing you? That should actually be facing the back of the
Yeah.
case. So you see how there's a big opening to the left
That.
of the case?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, that's where your power supply outlet should go, right there.
I
Okay.
was about to say, I was like, that doesn't feel right. How do you plug that in? Coffee time.
All
All right,
right,
every
Mr.
time that
Brown Coffee. I'm on my
every
second
time
can.
second, oh my goodness. Okay, every time that Oliver gives me an instruction that isn't 100%, and he takes a shot of coffee because he is sensitive to caffeine. So this is probably going to be the most caffeinated beginner's PC build in the history of time. Well, we'll see. Maybe
I'm
not.
getting,
Maybe not.
I am
You're
literally
getting
getting a
jittery.
headache.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Don't maybe just have half of it because your consideration of what your opinion of what a shot is vastly different to my opinion of a shot. You know, like that is a small amount. You've got half a glass, but or half a can of coffee, essentially. Woo, take a deep breath. Take. Do you
It's
need
like
some like water to dilute it or something?
I have water. I should drink some water.
Okay.
What's
Okay,
that
cool.
like
All
gif
right,
of
now
that
let's
lady on the Food Network? She's like just a shot of vodka, and then she's just sitting there, just pouring the whole vodka into the yeah, just infinite glug 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 glug. Anyway, okay, what are we doing here? We're building a PC.
Uh, we're, we're
Oh
building a
my
PC.
God.
Yes,
Okay,
not talking about GIFs. I can sit and talk about GIFs if you want, or GIFs, however you want to pronounce it. But we're not going to get into that debate now because we could be
no.
here all day. All right, well, we might be here all day. Depends how long it takes me to do this. All right, time check. We are about an hour and 20 minutes into the build. Well, don't forget, we did have about 20 minutes where we were just like talking about specs and everything off the top. So technically, we're about an hour into the build, and we haven't got that far. No, we have. We have. We're doing good, I think. So we have the power supply seated. Take a look. Is that correct? All the octopus cables are coming out. And then let's have a look around the. Let me turn this a little bit so you can see because I am tethered to the power, so I can't turn it that much. How's that? Does that look
That
that
looks
looks
good.
correct?
Yep,
Good.
that looks
Okay.
correct.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean, look, to a laywoman like me, that looks correct. Uh, there we go. All right. Now, do I need to start screwing in the power supply? Is that
Yes,
what I would do
yes,
next? Okay. Sweet. All
yes.
right. So I take these. I'm guessing these guys, these screws that came in the
So
box.
you have an aesthetic choice right now. So those are silver screws
Okay.
that came with the power supply. Your
Oh.
case actually
Oh.
has black screws in the baggies as well. What would you like to use?
Oh. Oh, let's be vain about this. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. These smaller ones, I'm assuming, not the larger
So
ones.
there should be two
There's
bags.
there's two. There are
Uh,
two bags. Yeah.
okay, the first one bag is has screws that are all the same, all identical, which I believe is the one on the right.
Yeah, this one. They
Yes.
all look the same. Yep.
So
And these ones have
that's going
different
to be
ones.
the one on the right is going to be for mounting the SSD. So we can put that off to the side for
Okay.
now.
All right. Lucky you were here because I was about to use those.
Yeah.
All right. So now I need to
Um,
find ones that match these, essentially, the ones
yeah.
that came with the power supply.
I can't see the
I know
power
you
supply
can't. I'm
ones too
sorry.
clearly, but they should be hexagonal. Is that how you say it?
Hexagonal. Yeah.
There you go.
Hexagonal.
Hexagonal headed
Ooh, I like
screws.
hexagonal. There we go. Hexagonal. Six-sided.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we'll need four of them.
yeah. Well, okay. Let's see. That looks like a
That looks.
hexagon.
Yep, that's it. Yep,
These ones look correct. Yeah. All right. Let's get four of
yep.
those guys. Kind of hard to see because there's a lot of like components. They all blend into one in the bag. I'm trying to be good and not tip them all out onto the surface because I'm working with a black surface. So everything is going to be hard to see. No, that's the wrong one. Talk amongst yourselves, everybody, while Lexi finds the right screw.
Do 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 do
Oh,
do.
let's see. Do. Entertainment value is through the roof right now. Anyway, I hope that you're enjoying our little live stream brought to you from the comfort of our own homes. This is fun because it actually does feel like you're here with me. You know, it does feel like
Yeah.
we're doing this together. It's nice. That one is not, that's not hexagon. Oh, they're so similar. All right, I got three of the same. Ah, come on. Come on, Lexi, you can do this. All right. Who would have thought the thing was going to trip me out was a wrong screw? No, that doesn't look right either. That's not the same as that one.
Is
Oh,
that
we
like
are
a flathead
so.
one? No, yeah. Don't
It's
use
like
the
a. No, it's
flathead.
a rounded one. No, it's a rounded. Hang on. Oh, don't use the. Hang on.
Wait. No, that's good. That's wait. What is
That's
that?
the one, right? Yeah,
Tilt it
that's
to
the
the
one I'm
side a
looking
little
for.
bit.
This.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know that. So the one that this is the one that's the one that looks the same, the devious one, but it's not the right one.
Oh,
I found
yes.
three of the hexagonal ones.
If you want to start separating those are going to be for the motherboard, the rounded top
Oh,
ones.
okay. Yeah, all right. Well, actually, you know what? I have some good cable management, not cable management, screw management. So let me
Organization.
just
You got
separate
organization.
organization.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
That's the word. Yeah. Talking is hard sometimes when you are trying to build a PC. I don't know how you're doing this on your end because everybody who's watching right now, Oliver is not only instructing me how to do this, but he's also switching the cameras and he's doing an excellent job of it. And I'm trying to be a camera person as well with my two cameras set up. But, it's tricky. Okay, so screws, screws. Okay,
Screws.
now let's see if I,
So there should be
screws.
on the case there are four looped holes. They look rather elongated, like an
Uh-huh.
egg. Do you see
Yep, they are.
on the
Yeah,
four
they do.
corners?
I sure see
You
them,
just
yeah.
want to, yep. You just want to screw the power supply in.
Yep, try and get it.
Uh, let's see. While you do that, Daniel C wants to know if the motherboard has an M.2 slot. Yes, it does.
There you go.
It's a very
That's a good.
easy
I like
question.
those easy questions. They're good. I like those.
Yeah.
Also, I learned something. You did teach me something that's actually really useful for not just building a PC, but also other home maintenance projects in terms of screwing correctly. That sounds weird.
Hmm.
You need to do it so diagonals rather than one, two, three, four clockwise because it helps with the tension and it helps with the
Oh
alignment
yeah.
too. So that's actually
That's
been like
like
a
that's
really
like
helpful tip. Yeah.
that's like a dad pro tip.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Thank you. Thank you, Dad Pro Tip. That's a new YouTube channel. Please subscribe.
Dad
Dadprotip.com.
pro tip. That might exist
Yeah, I
already.
like
Let's not
that.
promote that.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay, sorry. Well, if it doesn't,
I
you
don't
heard it
know.
here first. If it does, okay, all right. There we go. Okay, the screws are
All
seated.
right.
Looks good.
Excellent.
I'm happy with the
Yep.
progress. Okay. Right.
So
Now you want to just pivot back?
let's go to the back of the case.
Okay, flip this way.
Yeah. And can you tilt the camera up a little bit?
Yeah, sure can. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The octopus of cables is really cramping my style here. Okay.
I know.
Okay,
I
but we're
know.
good. We're good. It's okay. I don't mind. It's just more just like it's difficult to manage. If I had a smaller space, like if I was doing this on a coffee table, this would be very difficult. I mean, it's possible, but
Oh
it would
yeah.
be more difficult
Not
than
not
it is right
possible at
now.
all.
Well, anything's possible in that way, right? You just might be a lot more swearing involved. I haven't sworn once yet. Isn't that great? There's still time. The day is young, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so
Okay.
this needs to be
Oh,
filled
sorry, not the back.
correct.
I meant the other back.
The other back? The other
I'm not
back?
taking another shot for that. I'm not doing that.
Oh, you were like, oh, this is the right. Yeah, this is the back. This is the back. Yeah, definitely. That looks great. Like, see, that looks
There are
amazing
two
where
backs.
you
There are
go.
backs. There's like the back, and then there's like the side back.
The back and the side back. Okay. All right. Whatever you say.
All
I'm just
right.
building this thing. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Now we have, this is the side back. Very technical
Yes.
term, everybody. Side
Yes.
back.
So,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to grab all of the octopus and hold it up to
Not
camera so
really.
we can sort of take a look, take a look at what we need?
You're giving me some mad anxiety right now. This like mess of cables. Is this
Oh.
standard for a power supply? Like this amount of stuff? I assume it would be, right?
For a non-modular power supply, yes.
Okay.
Because
Whew. All right,
you
we have a lot of
don't
things.
know what components you're using, so they just throw everything
Right.
on there,
Okay, so it's a
So
real grab bag of stuff. So, you want
it
it,
is.
maybe? Who knows? Just have it anyway. Cool. Okay. So now we have the
Okay.
octopus. What am I doing with this?
Yeah. So we're gonna route some cables before putting in the motherboard, just so that we have a little bit of a
Yeah.
cleaner uh,
Uh,
cable management. It's not gonna be the best cable
Okay.
management, but it'll be a lot cleaner than just leaving the cables hanging everywhere. So
Yeah,
just looking at the
better
camera,
than nothing.
the thick cable in your left hand, the one that has like the longest, yep, that guy.
ATX main
Uh,
connector.
yep, that's going to
No?
power the
Yes?
motherboard. So that's going to
Okay.
go in the top hole, uh, in the middle. No, to the
That one?
left. Yeah, right there.
That
No,
top
no,
one
no,
right
no,
here.
no, it won't.
Okay.
No, 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 no,
This,
no. Yeah,
this one.
that one.
I'm
Yes.
pointing. I'm pointing.
Yep.
Okay. That's why I'm
I see it. Yeah,
pointing.
yeah.
So I do the right thing.
Yep.
Okay, good, good, good. All right.
And then
Here we go.
you just want
All
to pull
right.
the cable all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good enough.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
give it a bit more tension. It's just at the moment the loop is not letting
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
come through fully. Okay. Yep.
All right.
That's
And
done.
then
We finished
back to the
this.
octopus. I wish.
Ah. Okay. Back
All
to the
right.
octopus.
We're gonna look for one that's labeled CPU.
Mm-hmm. CPU. Let's see.
It should look square,
Yeah.
so it won't
A
be on that
square.
one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes. Oh yes, yes. Got it, got it. Yeah, my bad. I was looking at. I didn't realize that these ones didn't have labels on them. It's just these ones. CPU. Or
Yeah.
maybe there are labels. I just can't see it. All right, CPU. Got that one.
CPU. So that one's gonna
Uh-huh.
power our CPU, and so that one's gonna go up to the very top right above the big hole to the
This
right. Yep, that one's
this
gonna
one.
go right up
Okay.
there. Yep.
Cool. Yay! I got the right hole this time. There we go. Whoop. It's like a snake. It wants to come back again. All right,
It is.
CPU. Uh,
And then one last one for now
yeah.
is
For
going
now.
to be I believe it's labeled PCIe or VGA. It's the one
VG.
you're
This
holding
one
in
says
your hand, I think.
VGA. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yep,
It says VGA. Yeah.
yep. So does that
Okay.
one have can you bring it closer to the camera? That one does have three. Yeah, okay, so that's a 8-pin connector, right?
Yes. No, this one's six. Oh, there's eight. Yeah.
Yep,
If you
six
count
plus
those
two.
together.
Yep,
Yep. Mhm.
all good. Perfect. So we're gonna route that under the motherboard power cable. So
Okay.
on the
So
hole
this
under it.
one.
Yep, the
Yeah.
one down there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Gently does it. Okay. All right. That one's in. And then we just leave these guys stranded for a little bit until we come rescue them. Correct?
Yes, those
Okay.
are going to get in the way. We're only using one more,
Mhm.
but we'll do that a little bit later.
Okay. All right. Should I flip it
Okay.
back towards you now for everything?
Yes. So I think
Okay.
at this point you should lay it flat on the table, and you might
Okay.
have to go with your headlight.
Yes, yes, yes. Camping. Okay, so I'm laying it flat. Okay, like so. These cables, the ones that we're leaving spare, is that all right if they're just hanging, dangling? They're
Yep,
not going to get damaged or
totally
anything?
fine.
Okay,
Nope.
cool. Let's
As long as you're not
make sure
like
that.
grinding and sawing and cutting them, you should be fine.
No, no, I try not to. Okay,
Yeah.
I just try not to. Okay, cool.
I would also bring the
Uh,
power supply so it's closer to you. So rotate it.
yes. All right, rotate it. Gently does it. Okay, now camera-wise, how are we doing here? Do I need to get a bit more elevation for you?
Yeah, if you
Uh,
can.
that's a great question. You know, I baked cookies yesterday, so I do have something that I can rest it on. There's a little higher because I'm only working with a little tripod on the camera B, so it needs a little bit of extra elevation. And now, is this high enough? Or do I need something higher? Oh!
Uh-oh.
Actually, I don't know if that's going to stay steady. No, that was Dory. That was just the headlamp. Hmm.
Okay.
Is that going to be stable? No, I'll get some. You know what? Sorry, cookies. It is not you. It's me. Let's get some books. Oh, here I have a lot of books in the house, so
You just wanted to have the
good.
cookies next to you,
I yeah, shh, don't tell everybody.
huh?
It's almost lunchtime. Lexi gets hangry. Okay. A couple books. I mean, I guess I could also use one of the boxes, but the component boxes. But these ones are actually going to be a little bit more steady. Okay.
Someone's commenting on your
Elevation.
KitchenAid mixer.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's one of the loves of my life, that KitchenAid mixer. Um, Hashtag not sponsored, but I really love the KitchenAid. It's really great for baking and making ice cream and cooking and all those sorts of things. Yeah, so if you want to watch some cooking videos that I do them on Instagram. Oh, the
Uh-oh.
doorbell. Oh, oh God. The doorbell. That might be the chip. Okay, okay, anyway. Um, Great timing. Oh, doorbell ringing
Oh
again.
man.
Okay.
Really,
Oh,
they're
is
like, here's your
he or
chip,
she
take it.
is he or she is
They are,
insistent. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Right now, what are we doing? Can you see good
uh,
enough on my headline? Can you see
yeah,
good
you need
enough?
your
Good
headlamp.
England. I got good
I see
England.
good.
Okay. I see. I speak good.
So
You see good.
you, I just
Oh
want to say
boy.
you don't need a headlamp for building a PC. This is just so that we can show it on camera and on stream.
Yeah.
All the components on
Exactly.
the inside are totally black. So we are adding
Oh,
a
good
little bit
look.
of light.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look
Yeah. Yeah.
solid.
Is this good enough? Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to do it the other way. So then I can get some more angle on it. And if this isn't enough light, I do have another light that we can do.
I think it'll
All
be enough.
right, enough light. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, now I hear a delivery of some sort.
Do,
Uh-oh,
do, 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 do.
uh-oh, do do,
Here,
do
why don't
do.
we get started with? Okay, so
Yeah,
why don't you grab the bag of screws?
thank you. Yes,
Oh, there it is.
but
That's our RX 570.
oh, in the
Yeah.
nick of time. There you go. Thank you very much, delivery man. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, bag of screws. Which bag? The small bag? Sorry if I'm
No, the
blinding you
big
with the
bag.
light. A big bag.
That's
Oh,
okay.
that's the one. The one that I decanted into. Here we go. Yes. A big bag of the screws. Okay.
Yes.
This guy.
So we're going to look for something called a standoff, which is a tube with a screw on the end of it in the bag.
A tube with a. Oh, okay. In the bag. I was like
Yeah,
in the
in the bag, in
box,
the
not
bag.
in the case. A tube with a screw on the end of it. Ah. Let's see. Looks like a this one.
No, because we need like nine or sorry, six, seven of them.
Seven of them. Yeah.
So that
But not
so
that
that's
one.
not it.
Okay.
That there's only one of those.
Oh,
Uh, they're
okay.
like thin.
Well, yes, I know which one you mean, but that's not technically a tube. That's like a cylinder. No.
It's a
Oh,
cylinder. Whatever. Whatever.
it's a no, it's a hexagonal. See, can you see this one? That
Barely.
one? I know it's hard to see.
Yeah, we
Hexa,
need
yeah,
a seven or eight of them. I
that
forget.
one. I'm sorry, I'm trying to bring it into the shot
Yep.
with the light. This is a real
There you go. Yeah,
exercise in
spotlight it.
okay, spotlight it. Yeah. All right. All right, so I need six or seven of them, you said.
Yep.
All right, let's see. All right, again, we need some like hold music or something. Do, 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 do. Um, one, two. Hey, everybody, I can count. Three, four. This is the part of the stream where we go have a little nap and we come back later.
We just start counting. One,
Yeah,
two,
so count sheep, like,
seven
or count while it
standoffs. Uh,
counts.
uh, how close do you have the motherboard next to you?
It's very close. It's right here.
Um, do you mind counting how many holes there are in it? They have like a little, like if you look at the bottom right hand corner, there's a hole with like some metal around it.
Bottom right hand corner there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there should be either
One,
seven or eight.
two,
Two.
three, four, five, six, seven. I think seven. Yeah.
There might be
if I
one
can
in the
count.
middle. So we need, okay, so we
Oh,
need
oh yeah, yeah, you're
seven.
right. There is one in the
Yep.
middle. There you go. There's one there. Okay.
Okay.
So seven,
So
eight, right?
we need seven because there's already one in the case, and we'll it's like a center position
Oh,
one.
there is. Yes. Okay, I see that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So we need
Got
seven
it.
standoffs and seven
Seven.
screws. Yeah. You got seven?
I got seven. Seven
Okay.
stand. These are called standoffs. Okay.
Yep, they're standoffs.
Standoff. Cool. All right. I look
Okay.
absolutely ridiculous with my head-mounted lights, but it's so helpful. It's so helpful. Yes. Well,
Maybe this
very.
does belong in the guide, is you need a headlamp.
Exactly, because like if you don't have a flashlight or something like that, then it's hard to unless you have octopus hands, then you need one of these. Okay. All right, so I have my seven standoffs. Now it looks like these ones require a different screw head. What is the
So
correct
you can
screw head,
screw them in
please?
manually with your hand.
Yeah, I could. What's the better option for someone like me who's not very steady with their hand? Would
Well,
you
then
do
you
it
can
with your
get
hand?
the
That's the thing.
attach. No, you got me there. I wouldn't.
No. Yeah, you see?
No.
You see? Oh no. Okay.
That sort of breaks the
Um,
only need a screwdriver rule, though, you know?
that's true. That's a good point.
I did
Well,
think
I can
about
do
this
it in
though.
my
I was
hands,
thinking
but
about this last night. There's a way you could start it with your hand, but then you can grab the screws that go into it and tighten it by tightening the screw in, you know? You could do that, but if you want to save some
Ah.
time, because it's almost noon already, we could just go with
Just
the
yes,
tools that we have.
exactly. Let's go. Let's go. All right, give me
Okay.
the right head that I need for
I
to swap
don't
out.
know.
You
You'll have
don't
to, it's
know.
like at the top.
I'll
It's
have
at
to
the top
eye it
middle
off.
one, but I don't remember
Yeah.
what number it is.
That's okay. That looks too small. Top. Let's see. I don't know if that one or is the next one. This is very exciting television, watching me work out which one I need. No, it must be the previous one. Okay, I think that's correct. No, I don't know actually. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. All right, I'm going to try it with my
Can I
hands
see
and then I'll
the
do it.
can I see the kit? The iFixit kit?
Yeah, yeah. Let me bring it over. Let me bring it over.
So it should be those like tube looking dudes at the top.
Yeah,
Try
I've
the up to
tried.
the right.
Well,
They might be
that
too
one.
small. Can we get like a bigger one?
Let's try this one. Yeah, I
I
was
don't think that.
struggling with which one. No, that's too big. That's too big. That is too big. Still too big. Hmm.
Wait, really? Can I see
Uh,
what you're using? Because they were supposed to. I did it with the, and it was too.
did I?
No, that's the right one, I think.
It's the right one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
uh, let's see. Well, that's okay. We can do
No,
it.
that's
No,
not
that
it.
doesn't.
That's an
That's
extender.
not it. Nope. Well, see,
Like it
is that?
wouldn't fit in the. Oh no, no, other way, Lexi. Flip it.
Oh, ha
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
ha! I
yeah,
need to
yeah.
take a. I need to take a shot now. Hey, there we go. What should I take a shot of?
Yeah. Okay. What do
Okay.
you got? You should eat a cookie.
Water. Water? No, no. Cookie and I'll be too hyper. Okay, so this is the way it should go. Yay!
Yep. Okay.
Correct. Yay! She
Yep.
finally
Yep.
did
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Okay. All right, great. So now I take these standoffs. It's a funny word.
Yes. This is a funny word.
Oh, it's a funny
Standoffs.
word. It's a funny word. Standoff. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little delirious. We are an hour and 45 minutes into the build. Here we go. Okay, so now I basically need to put the motherboard down into the case.
Wait. We can't see it.
No?
Do you want to rotate your camera?
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you. Yes, of course. Yes, I got too excited, so you know can't see what
Yes.
I'm doing. Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
okay, so on that plate back there,
Hmm.
that aluminum sheet back there, there is
Uh,
labels next to them, little letters. I believe one says A and
yeah,
one says M, or A slash
AM,
M.
that's that one. Uh-huh, yep,
Okay,
AM. Those two
so
both have AM on them. And these
yep.
ones,
So the
yeah,
A
those two.
just stands for
Yeah,
the standard ATX motherboard.
okay,
We have a micro ATX motherboard. So we're going
okay.
to screw it into the ones labeled M
M, okay,
or A
cool.
slash M, which means for
A
both.
slash M. So yeah, there's one, two, three, four, five of the A slash M. Okay,
Yep. And then there are probably some
cool.
M solo ones on the bottom.
M solo ones. Okay. Yes, there are definitely M solo ones on the bottom. Yep. Okay. There you go. Okay. So now the motherboard. Let's bring this over. Okay. So
Oh, wait.
orientation wise,
Wait, wait,
what?
wait, wait. What are you doing?
Wait. Oh,
I
because
look
you
at
were
chat for
telling me
one
to bring
second. What are you
the.
doing?
Well,
No,
what
no,
am
no.
I
It's
doing
screwing the
now? You need
standoffs.
to.
Screw,
Oh,
screw
screw the
it.
standoffs first. Dude, you were just like, okay,
Yes.
there are the things now. Go for it. I was like, okay, great, great,
Oh
go
my
for it.
God. A minute and 45 in, and I'm losing it already. Oh no.
An hour and 45 minutes. What are you talking about? A minute and 45 in?
Sorry.
Seriously.
See? Oh no.
See, it's
I'm losing
okay.
it.
It's okay. This is the joys of doing a live broadcast. Things happen. Okay, so, all right. Do, 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 do. Do, do,
Here, while
do.
you do
Here
that,
we
I'm
are
gonna take a
thinking,
shot.
oh, we'll be done. We'll
Take
be
another
done
shot.
by
I'm not even gonna
12.
pour it anymore. I'm
We'll,
just gonna drink out of the mug.
oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Good luck. I'll see you in another life then. Just
Oh,
please don't get too over caffeinated on my behalf.
I think I'm already
Okay.
losing it. I might crash soon,
I
actually.
think,
Like I feel like
oh
I'm starting to feel like a
no.
little tired, which might not be good.
Uh-oh. How tight should I be doing these? Fairly
Pretty
tight?
tight. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I mean,
Got
you
it.
don't want to like start screwing into the aluminum because it is a
No.
soft
Yeah.
aluminum, but just enough that they
But
stop
just,
turning.
yeah. Totally. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I just wasn't sure if I needed to like retighten once the board is on top. But no. Okay. Can you see everything that I'm doing okay in here? Is that
Yep.
a good? Cool. Okay. Just tell me if not. Okay. This is a real test of patience. Imagine if you were doing this with someone that like, you know, has no I mean, I don't have much of a reference point, but I have some idea of the terminology and stuff, and I have like some familiarity with being inside a PC. But yeah, you've got to be really, really patient, right? Really, really patient, and
Yeah.
the end
And you
result
also
is
have to be
worth it. But
willing
you,
to back up and undo things,
yes,
which as much as it sucks, it
exactly,
will happen. It will definitely
yeah,
happen.
totally. Okay, all right. So there's another AM slot one here. Okay. So the ones that say, I have two screws left. So I've got all the AM ones. So I have one, two,
So the two
three, four,
screws,
five. That one was already in there. Six. And then I have two
yep,
more screws. Yeah, where do they want? They go
they should just be
into
labeled M.
M. Yes. Oh yeah,
How
yep,
many
we've got
M?
those. There
Yeah,
are, can you see? Can you see inside the
yeah.
case
I
here?
think
There's one, two,
there's three,
three
right?
M's. Yes, correct.
So if you look at the motherboard, so the ones that are in the middle that your light is highlighting,
That
you
one.
see how there's two? Wait,
Yep.
wait, wait. Before you screw it in,
Yep, yep.
I was actually looking at our motherboard. Our motherboard only uses one of those, which I think is the
Okay.
bottom one.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do
Yeah.
that one. And if it's wrong, I will take it out again.
I'm
I
pretty sure
guess.
it's the bottom one.
We got some time. Okay. Bottom one. Great. All right, and then the other M, the last one goes, lucky last goes in this one.
Yep.
Cool. I'm glad that you can see.
Well, I can't see
See
that one,
just about.
but
Oh,
we can see
okay.
the
Well,
other
you
ones.
you
We
know.
get the
Okay,
gist of
cool.
it, right? You're just screwing
You
in
get the gist.
the other ones.
Lexi puts in
Uh,
screws, scintillating viewing. Okay. Standoffs. Okay.
Old
There you
Dirty
go.
Box on YouTube says you could just screw them in by hands. No special kit required. Yes,
That's true. I know. I
it
would
is true.
normally do that, but I don't have a lot of dexterity and like strength with screwing very small things. I know that about me. So using a tool is actually going to be a little easier for me because then I can have some more precision and know that they're actually in there. But absolutely, like if you know that you can, manipulate that really well, then 100% do it by hand. I just know that like a little tool is going to be easier for me. And that's
Yeah.
okay. Everyone's
It's going to
different.
be
Everyone has
faster
different.
too. You don't want to pinch your thumb and your finger trying to screw in
Yeah,
these
I,
standoffs. So,
I'm clumsy. I know I would do that. I definitely know I would do that. Okay, so our happy camper over here has her standoffs
okay.
in,
So we're
and
almost
now,
ready. No.
okay, I'm so ready to
Uh,
go on to the
in
next step.
almost. So in the motherboard box, there should be an I/O shield, or essentially a aluminum plate that has a bunch of holes cut out in it.
Okay, let's have a look in here. Yes, there is indeed. uh
Yes.
This guy.
Yeah.
Take it out of
So
the
you wanna
packaging
out of the packaging.
and into the drink. Just kidding. No. Okay, out of the packaging.
So let's see.
Now,
So there's some tabs on it, right?
ah,
Let me switch to this
yeah,
cam.
yeah. So
So
it looks
there's
like this
some,
one has to go up. I don't know if you can see. It looks like it needs to go in this part, right?
yes, exactly. And you go
Okay.
from the inside and you push it in. Make sure that the three
Uh-huh.
audio ports, the three holes, are facing the
Yep.
bottom of the case. You also just want to
They're on the
double
bottom.
check with the motherboard that that's going to be the location of the ports, because you'd hate to pop off
Okay.
um,
Right.
the shield off and then
Click on
flip it
the.
because you put it in the wrong way.
Yeah, that looks like it should. They're on the bottom. It looks like,
Okay.
and also the lettering would be upside down otherwise as well.
Oh, are there letters on it? I didn't look that
Yeah,
closely.
because it says, like mic in, line in, all that good stuff, and it's actually engraved on there. So it's written in a way. I don't know if you can see that. It's written. So if I put it upside down, it's going to be upside down. So you want to put it in the way where it's written. Okay.
Yep.
So I just put this in here and
Okay.
just like snap it in.
Yep. It just
Uh,
pops in. So you want to push from the back towards the front.
yep. Okay. Oh, there you go. Simple enough. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. Maybe
Uh,
bring the camera down a little
once
bit.
you, yeah, go bring that down. Yep. So there you go. So that's
Okay.
the I/O shield. That's something that I forgot when I first built my PC. I was so excited. I was ready to just throw in the motherboard, and I threw it in, and I was like, oh wait, there's like
Uh-oh.
this aluminum piece that is missing, and
All
I had to
these
take out the
raw
whole
plugs.
motherboard again, and yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, don't
Common
forget that then.
mistake, common eagerness, excitement, right, of the build.
Yeah.
You
Excited.
start running ahead of where you should be.
That's basically been me the whole day. I've just been like, yeah, I'm so ready. I'm so excited. Whoops. No, that's too fast.
Too fast. Pump the brakes.
Too fast. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so
Okay. So now do
I
I get to
think
put the
we're
motherboard
ready.
in?
So quick question: did you get the
Yes.
3300X delivered, or was it just the graphics
No.
card?
No. This was just, I'm fairly sure it was just the Radeon RX 570. There was, yeah, that's it. That was the only component. The AMD chip, the other one that we're waiting on, may arrive as I install this, but I believe that the Gigabyte card also came on FedEx, so there must be two separate trucks, I'm assuming. So they both didn't arrive
Okay,
at the same time.
all right.
So
It would
we're just gonna
be
go with this one.
Yeah, I think at this point we're not gonna. Okay, just notes for the stream.
Yeah.
I think at this point we're about to screw in the motherboard into the case. Maybe we should do a quick wrap because
Mm-hmm.
it's noon. Um,
Yes,
So
definitely. I'm gonna take
we've
my headlamp off
what have we
for the
done?
time being.
We
What
uh
have we
we
done?
got
Please recap.
so we've got the motherboard unboxed. We've got the CPU into the motherboard. We put the cooler on top of the
Hmm.
CPU. We have our RAM installed. We got the case cracked open. And we
Hmm.
got the power supply in the case. We got the standoffs in the case, and we're ready to put the motherboard with all the components into the case.
Cool. Do you
We
want to
were going to
switch
wait
to
for
the
the
other camera so we can
3300X.
see?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Yes.
You're good. Otherwise, it just looks like I'm pointing the camera down and you can't see it. So yes, it was like everyone at home's gonna be like, "Why is she holding the camera? We can't see. We just see her holding the camera." There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
So
You be with.
I see that some people in the chat are asking what CPU we're using. So our backup CPU, the one that is in there right now, is the Ryzen 5 1600 AF. Is a $85 chip CPU with 6 core, 12 threads. If you can find it at $85, totally a great CPU to have. But I would honestly recommend the 3300X for gaming. It just clocks
Hmm.
higher, so it's going to be a little bit better for single-threaded games. So we were hoping to get that today. It might still be delivered, but I think at this point, when we're
It'll.
about to,
Yeah,
yeah, it'd be
it's
really
gonna
difficult. I
come.
mean,
Just like yeah,
we could, but we were gonna
but
have to unplug all the power cables, and
right.
it's going to be a thing,
And I think
you know.
it's going to be a thing. And maybe that could be another live stream. If you are watching this and you really want to see maybe like changing our CPU, adding more RAM, maybe we could do another live stream if there is interest because
Yeah,
we've waited 2 hours for this CPU to get here, the AMD that we were supposed to be using, and it hasn't arrived. So we just got to make do with what we have. So,
yeah, and
it's
like I
a
said,
crazy
the
time.
1600
Yeah,
is a great CPU. It's more for
exactly.
like it has 2 extra cores. It's a great CPU. It's cheaper, but it's the availability might be really limited at this point.
Hmm.
And you can pre-order the 3300X. Like I know B&H had a pre-order open for
Yeah.
120 bucks, or the 3100, which is just 100 bucks. Although everything that I've read says that go for the X 3300X.
Hmm.
The performance is just
Yeah.
much better, and it's worth the extra 20. So
Yeah.
anyway, I think at this point we're locked into the 1600 AF. So our description is a
Hmm.
little bit out of date, um,
We'll change
but
it, but that's
we're,
okay.
we're
We
chugging
we were
along.
giving it a go. You were chugging along. We gave it a red
Yeah.
hot go, as they say in Australia.
Yep.
Gave it a shot, and look, it's crazy. It's a pandemic out there, so much love to everyone who is working delivery jobs, because you're doing an awesome job. First responders and
Yes.
healthcare workers. Much love to you all. Much love to you all. Thank you for doing what you do.
And those of you who
So we're
are
just
working from
building a
home and
PC.
watching
Yeah.
the stream
Yeah.
and not working, hi and welcome.
Exactly. Hello to everybody. We love you all. Thank you for watching. Okay, so all right, now we've made our decision. We've called it on the CPU. So
Yep.
now I've got the standoffs in the case. And what's my next step? Do I actually get to put it in? Motherboard?
Yep. You finally get to slot in the motherboard.
Yeah! Oh my
Finally.
goodness. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I think this
Okay,
is
this
like
is
halfway mark,
nerve-wracking now.
which kind of
Are
sucks,
you
but hey.
serious? We're 2 hours in and this is only the halfway mark? Oh,
Well, we got to route
oh
all the
boy.
cables. That's actually a lot of work.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Okay, so now configuration wise, it's essentially just lining up
Uh,
the screws, right? The
yeah.
standoffs, my
So
bad.
actually,
Sorry,
so
excuse
remember
me.
there was that standoff that was already installed in the case that had a little nub on the
Yes.
top of it.
Uh-huh.
So
Yep.
that's going to be your center point. So that's a sort of where you
Okay.
want to make sure that the
Anchor
motherboard
it.
sits on correctly with that. And you actually want to
Okay.
tilt in the I/O. So you want to tilt it the other way.
Yes, yes.
You
Okay,
want,
got it.
yeah, you want to go I/O first and push that into the I/O plate, the I/O shield. Sorry, not plate.
IO shield. Uh-huh. Okay, here's the thing. I can hold it by the cooler, right? Yeah.
Yes, you can hold it by the cooler. Uh, I wouldn't recommend it for heavier motherboards, but this one's pretty light that you can do it.
Okay. Okay. Pushing in. Center one.
Where's the little nub
The
standoff?
little nub is right here. It's in place, the little
So it's
nub.
all good?
Uh-huh. I'm just trying to work out where the other standoffs are and getting them into. Do they click in or anything?
No, no, we screw them in. So they're gonna
No.
sit. They're just
Okay,
sitting on
cool.
top right now of the
They're
standoff. So we're
just,
about to
yes,
screw
they
them in.
are. Great. Okay, perfect. I was expecting a little sort of seat or a click, but that's good to know. Okay, so let's
No, no,
check
no. We're
the
screwing them
ports.
in.
Okay, now let's take a look at the ports. Do I need to push these in a little bit more? Can you see that, or is that okay?
No, I think they're good. When you screw in the motherboard, it will lock it into wherever it's at. Those ports are
Okay,
easily accessible. They look fine. It looks good.
great. Okay, good to
You're
know.
doing great.
All right, thank you. All right, now screw wise, this is where I need to pull out another set of screws from my bag of tricks, correct?
Yeah. So I think you might have pulled some out. There were the ones that have the round top.
Yeah, the round ones. The ones that I was like confused for the yeah, other one. So seven of those or eight of those. Two,
7.
yeah, three. Scintillating viewing, watching me count. Four.
What kind of tool are we using? We're using a Phillips head screwdriver.
Yeah, but one with a smaller head.
Yeah.
So I
From
have,
Dimple K.
very fortunately, I have a very nice little multi toolkit, which is nice, but it's not required per se,
Yeah.
correct?
I
And
will
I
say
do
this.
have
So
that.
let me talk about um, Phillips screwdrivers while you do this. So
Hmm.
you can get any standard size Phillips head screwdriver and almost go the full build um, without needing anything different to complete it. Uh,
Hmm.
but what I actually would recommend is getting a couple, maybe one or two that are longer. So the longer screws will help you at this point. Like right now, Lexi might have a little trouble keeping. Now this screwdriver is supposed to be have a magnetic head, but it's a little weak.
Yeah, it
Um,
is a little
so
weak.
if you had a
So
yeah, if you had a longer one, it would sort of hold the screw better, and you can not have
yeah,
to like go all the way down with a shorter screwdriver into the hole.
right.
So I wouldn't say necessarily say different sized heads of Phillips heads, but I would say sort of the tool length, maybe just like ones that are a little bit longer and shorter.
Hmm.
And also depending on the case, they might be more difficult to access, like some of the PCIe covers, or even the motherboard, like the top left screw by the CPU power supply, or the what do you call it? The EPS connector, which I'll show Lexi where it's at in a minute. That one's sometimes a
Yeah.
little bit
Ugh.
difficult to get in some cases. So
Yeah.
don't need like any special tool, just a screwdriver. And then, like I said, if you have it, a long one and a short one. Magnetic ones are great
Yeah.
because your screws stay on. Unfortunately,
Except
the
this
one
one is
that I
really,
gave
really
Lexi is
weak. Oh,
yeah. Sorry, I
really,
must have
really
used it
weak.
too much. Can't you
No,
just like
it's
hit it with the
okay.
magnet and it will magnetize or something like that?
Yeah, if I had a Mac, oh, well, I mean, like one on the fridge. Oh,
I don't know.
it's fine. I'm
Um,
making do.
it's
I
fine.
don't want to,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't want to do anything that is going to jeopardize this. So just going nice and slow and methodical
yeah.
down. Here we go. So these screws, ugh. Sound effects included in this build, by the way. Ugh. Lexi is a specialist in sound effects when it comes to screwing in things. You need like concentration music, you know. Do 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 do.
I do have the audio queued up, but
Yeah,
I'm worried it might be too loud.
that's
That
okay.
song we were using for the tests, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you can sing, right? You can have an impromptu
Do
karaoke
do
session.
do
Just
do do do.
royalty free music though.
I mean, I did. What I have
Yeah.
is royalty free, but I don't.
But
Ah,
like, can you sing
forget it.
along to it? Like, do you know the lyrics? Or we could use that
No.
track. What was that great track that we used in our video where I tested cheap wireless buds? It was like called Dragonfly
Waterfalls?
by Waterfalls. Sorry,
Oh,
Waterfalls,
Dragonfly?
Dragonfly. No, no, it was Waterfalls. You're correct. That was a
Was
really
it
good
Waterfalls?
tune.
It
Yeah, it
was
was
really bassy.
Waterfalls.
It might be too bassy for the stream.
Yeah,
It might drown out our voices.
maybe, maybe. But I thought it was really cool. Okay, all right. Lucky last. This looks good. I mean, hopefully it works.
I,
I feel like
I
this feels
think
like a real
I
achievement so far.
I don't see anything that wouldn't make it work or make it not work,
Okay,
but
yay.
I think we're good. You know, I think we're
Okay,
solid so
all right.
far.
So I have those screws in. I have the stanchions and the screws in all of the holes appropriately.
Great.
Right. What do I do now?
Hold on. Randy B wants to say, have you remembered to put in the IO shield? Yes, we did. We didn't
Hmm.
forget, and we haven't screwed up that
Yeah,
bad.
have a look.
Okay.
There
Have a look.
you go.
IO
I put
shield
it in.
in. Yeah, there it is. IO shield
Yay!
in.
And I learned what an IO shield is too, which
Yeah.
is awesome. Because I just, I would
Uh,
call it the component cover. I
the
didn't
the
realize it had an actual name, like the
the
port
cover
cover.
cover.
Yeah,
The
yep,
port cover.
the cover. Okay, now
Now,
how are we
let's
going?
run power
Ooh,
to the motherboard.
okay.
So why don't we
So I'm
start on
assuming
the,
that's the
you want to
fat
start with that guy,
cable,
with the
right?
big guy?
No, you
Yeah.
tell me what's the most logical way to do this, given the
Don't
orientation that I
matter.
have.
The one that you touched was fine. I think this order
Okay.
doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the 28 pin connector. And as you can see on the motherboard, maybe you might have to turn the case so we can see it. It's
Yeah.
hidden behind the
Let
RAM
me.
for us right now.
It is. It is. My apologies. Thank you for letting me know so you can see what I'm doing. How is that? Is that a good shot for you? Can you see that?
Yep, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Oh
doorbell
no,
again.
AMD,
Oh,
I swear to
it's
God, I
AMD, baby.
swear.
It's either AMD or like on
Oh,
FedEx or USPS. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is happening in real time. Too late now. We committed. We committed.
we
And if you
committed?
want to
Okay,
see
I was
us
gonna say,
put
you
in,
sure we committed?
we did, because if you want to see us put in the 3300X, I think we might want to do another stream. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. I
But I'm
mean,
I'm like
the new
I'm solid. I'm two
motherboards,
hours invested. Yeah.
yeah, the new motherboards come out next month, so maybe next month we'll do a B550 3300X build.
Yes.
We'll see.
Love it. Okay.
Uh,
We'll see. We'll
okay.
see.
So
Okay. So
on the
now,
connector, there should be a
mm-hmm.
little tab. Do you see the tab?
Yep, that
And there
guy.
should be
Yeah.
a latch on the motherboard where that tab locks onto.
Uh,
It might be on the inside or is it on the outside?
it looks like it's on the out. This is the slot, correct?
Yep, that is the slot.
Yeah. It looks the
There should be
tab.
like a
Yeah, it's like a little not indentation. Little protrusion.
extrusion. Yeah, a little protrusion. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. Extrusion, protrusion. Um,
Same, same.
there you go. Same. English first language is not mine.
You want to
Okay.
wait before
So,
you put it in. Make sure you butt all the
uh-huh.
connectors together. So you see that loose little pin? There
Yes.
might be
Uh-huh.
like a L plastic piece. Just make sure it's
There
all
is,
close
yeah.
together and
It's all
locked
close.
in.
Yeah, it's all close in. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it doesn't really lock in. It doesn't have an
No,
ability to lock.
no. This power supply doesn't necessarily lock in. Others might have a
But just
more
hold it together.
yeah. Just hold it together and put it into the 28 pin slot.
Okay.
You should push down. Now this part might feel a little weird. Like we can see the board flexing. You know,
Yeah,
that's just like you can push on it a
that's
little bit,
normal.
but you don't want to like. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
normal. You sometimes I put my hand underneath it to just give it a
Okay.
little bit of
Well, I
support while
didn't,
I'm
but
pushing down. No, 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 it's
I
fine. It's
wasn't
fine.
super. I wasn't aggressive with it, so it looks seated and it
Yeah,
feels seated. Okay.
yeah.
So we'll soon
Sometimes when
find
the
out when it
motherboards are
doesn't work,
brand
right?
new, no, no, it's gonna
Yeah.
work. It's gonna work. I've used this board a few times for different builds, so you know, sometimes if it's a brand new board, it might be a little bit like the plastic might be harder to push in,
Mm-hmm.
so you might have to use a little bit more force than you want. Um,
Okay.
so that's when you would put your finger underneath and try to hold the board up.
Got it.
Um,
Okay.
so
Makes
that's
sense.
good. We're good there. Now
Mm-hmm.
we're going to go to the top right where the I/O shield is and look for, there should be another power
Mm-hmm.
connector up there, an 8 pin.
Yeah, the 8 pin, the CPU. Yeah.
Yep, and that should connect
Uh-huh.
to the EPS connector, which we can't see. It's a little hidden behind the case.
Let me just show you where I'm plugging it in.
Yeah.
This
Yes,
one,
right in
correct?
there. Yep.
Got it.
And
Okay.
again, check
Apologies.
for
Let me see if they're right. Yeah. Let me see if I can position it so you can see.
Yep.
It's a little tricky because it's a little top heavy. I'm trying to make it so the
Yeah,
phone
don't
doesn't
don't drop
fall
the
into
phone
the.
into
No,
the
I know.
computer.
That's why I'm scared. So it's like I got it. I got it. Okay. So yes, there's that again, and that. Okay, it clicked into place quite nicely.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
there
All
we
right. It
go.
wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't the chip, by the way. It wasn't AMD. It
Okay,
wasn't the
that's
3300X.
fine.
So we're good.
That's fine. That's fine.
We're good.
Oh
Okay.
wells.
Oh well. Next time. There's always another time. Okay.
Always.
All right. So
Okay.
looking good so far.
I think
Uh,
at this point you can stand the case. Yeah. For now, let's stand the case up
okay.
because now we need to install our SSD.
Let me turn it around so you can see.
Yeah.
The octopus cables are coming with it. All
I
right.
know. The octopus
It's
cables,
okay.
I don't know what we're going to do with that, but hey,
That's fine. All right.
yeah.
Let me adjust so you can see where I'm doing. Okay. SSD. Let's grab my
I want to go to your camera because
SSD.
it looks hilarious with
What?
your
What's
headlight.
funny? Oh, I know. Please laugh at me because I'm laughing at myself right now. So it's thirsty work and it's funny. And it looks like I'm on a camping trip. Okay. So now I take my SSD with my head-mounted lamp
Yes.
and I pull it out of the box. Okay. Woo, it's
There it
baby.
is.
It's
You pop it
baby.
open.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now, all right. Where do I put this guy?
Yeah. So right next to the power supply, that other big square to the right on the
Oh,
bottom of
yeah,
the
yeah,
case,
yeah.
that guy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's called the drive caddy. And in there you
Yep.
can put in like traditional hard drives, like a what is it? A
Yeah.
3.5 inch hard
Three
drive and a
point. Yeah.
2.5 inch hard
Uh-huh.
drive, or you can even put an SSD, and that's what we're going to do today. Um,
Cool.
so you see, there's like a couple of tabs on the
Oh,
on what do you call it? On the caddy.
couple of tabs on the caddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like these guys. Yep.
Yep. So squeeze those together and pull them out.
Both of them?
Yep. So the bottom one we're actually going
Mm-hmm.
to discard because I think that's where we're going to tuck
Okay.
all of our cabling. And the top
Okay.
one is where we're going to mount our SSD to.
Okay. Great. So let me
So
tilt it down. Let's see.
yeah. So take the SSD out of the case or
Mm-hmm.
out of the packaging.
Oh, it's got its own. It's got another bracket on it.
Yeah, we're not going to put the bracket, but that bracket's there for if you're like pressure mounting the
Mm-hmm.
SSD to make it fit to 2.5 inches for like a
Got it.
external drive or something like that. And if you look
Uh-huh.
at the bottom, there are four holes, screw holes
Screw holes.
of your SSD on the flat bottom side.
Oh, the flat. Sorry. Yeah. There you go.
Yep,
My bad.
yep. So those four
I
screw
didn't
holes,
interpret it. There you go. Yeah.
that's
Okay.
okay. Those screw on to the four screw holes on that caddy. You
Yes.
see
Okay.
them right in the middle?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The side
That's
screws are for more traditional mounting mechanisms, but we're not using
mm-hmm.
those today. Now, I see
Now
you
it should be the other way,
making,
right?
yes. So we
Yeah.
want, you see those gold pins? We want those facing the back
Uh-huh.
of the computer so we can run
Yeah.
our cables to it.
Yeah. I was like, that doesn't look right to have it facing the front because the tabs are going to stick out, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I caught myself. I caught myself. Okay, great. So these screws, where do I find these ones?
So these are the ones that are in the separate baggie from the CPU case, or from the case, not CPU case.
Separate baggie from the case. These ones? The silver
No,
ones?
it was
No,
like a, there was two
those are the
baggies that
other.
came in that fractal box, fractal design box.
Oh, that's yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Yep. These ones. Haha. The little ones. See, even with all of the management of all of the components, it's still there's a lot of screws. Still a lot of
There
screws.
are a lot
Now,
of screws,
okay, so
but
there are so many screws. Okay, so these ones are Phillips head. Let's just double check that the same head will work. Or if I need to make it smaller. I think, let's try, I'll try this one. So, okay, what's the best way to do it? Because obviously, like, I have to kind of hold it against or flip it upside down or
put the
something.
screw in through the plastic and then just lift up
Uh-huh.
the SSD and screw it in.
Okay,
Yeah,
like so.
yeah.
Ugh. Okay. All right, and then the same principle, like the corner to corner, equal
You
tension.
can.
Maybe
SSDs
maybe it's not
are
as important.
super. No, yeah, they're not fragile, or at least they're not susceptible to like
Oh,
shock and stuff like traditional hard drives are.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
they're just, non-mechanical flash storage. So you
Yep.
can get away with any kind of thing. These screws aren't tightening anything inside the SSD. They're just to
Mm-hmm.
keep it in place.
Yeah. Got it.
Like in
It's
the
all right. I'm
past, I've
still
been
going to
really
be
lazy.
gentle with it.
No, it's okay. In the past, I've been super lazy, and I actually just use double-sided tape to like just stick it to the
Oh,
back of the CPU,
that's
of the case.
really
Keep calling the case the
lazy.
CPU. Super
It's
lazy,
okay.
yes, for sure. Also,
So
I've been known to just
lazy.
leave them hanging in the back, like they just
No,
connect to power and SATA.
no.
SATA.
If you're gonna do it, you want to do it
Yeah,
right. You know, like, sorry, I want to take my time, get it as close to perfect as I can for a first time anyway. And there's like so many things along the way through this process that you've been so good at explaining that, you know, I really feel like a lot more confident because I swear, like at the start, you saw how nervous I was, right? You saw that I was like, oh,
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what I'm doing. But now I think this is really, I mean, look, the proof is in the pudding when I turned it on, obviously, but I do feel a lot more at home now after having walked me through it so far that it's been really, really helpful. So yeah, I don't feel as scared anymore, which is good. Okay,
I
so
appreciate
now
the
do I slot this
amazingly
in?
kind words. Yep, you can put that in.
Oh, no, it's true. It's true because like a lot of people, you know, it can be really intimidating if you want to try this, but you don't know where to start. So it's really helpful to have someone that has done it before that can walk you through it and like especially who's someone who has spec'd it out because that I think is probably like putting it together, it's intimidating, but like knowing where to start with like what you want to spec it out with and how to find the parts and stuff, that's also can be intimidating too. At least it
Yep,
was for me back in the day when I did it way back when. Okay, so my SSD
way
is
back when.
in. Yeah, many moons ago. SSD is in. What should I plug that in?
Yeah, so let's get in the motherboard box. There should be some SATA connectors.
uh yeah, there were. So I don't know if it was in the motherboard box. I think maybe you had them separately. You mean
There are
these
some new
guys?
ones. There are some new ones in the yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pick your
Cool.
favorite.
The shorter ones or the longer ones? Does it really matter? Or they're both
Uh,
actually the same.
they're
They're
all the
all
same.
one's slightly longer. One's slightly
So
longer.
so one of them has like a angled 90-degree connector. I
90
think the one you
degree
put down.
connector. Yes. Yes. No, this one. Is this it?
Yeah. You can use
Yeah.
that one to plug it into the motherboard, and then that cable will
Okay.
just run right to the back.
Runs. Yep. Okay.
So can you tilt up the yeah.
Sure can.
Okay.
Sure can. Is that the right angle? Do you need me to come down a little bit?
More to the right.
More to the right.
There we
Got it.
go. Yeah.
Better? Okay.
Yep. So
Okay.
this motherboard
So,
actually has a couple of connectors. So we can either use the ones
uh-huh.
that you're hovering right over on the bottom, very bottom left.
Those ones.
Yeah. So
Oh, no,
those
these ones?
that's those are SATA connectors, but I think we're going to use the ones
Uh-huh.
that you pointed to first.
These ones. Okay. Got
Yep,
it.
we're going to use that one. So coming
All right.
from the back.
Yeah.
No. Other coming from the back, like stick the angled one through the
Oh,
back of the
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I see. Like so.
Coming
Okay.
through the
And so do
hole.
you want me? Oh, yes. Okay. That would make
Yep,
sense. There we
there
go.
we go.
Um,
Yeah.
top this one or sorry, trying to get the light so you can see. It's kind of a bit tricky in this angle. Hang on. I'm trying to so I can see and you can see. Ah, this is tricky. Oh, and then there's the earbud falls out. Okay, top one or bottom one?
It doesn't
Which one
matter.
do
We
you?
can set the boot order. So whatever is most
Okay,
comfortable for you right now.
this one.
Yep. And you
Just
push it
push it
in, it
in.
should have a little click.
Yep, I heard the click.
And actually,
Cool.
one thing that we should talk about is that those things only
Uh-huh.
fit one way. Do you have another
Yes.
one on hand?
Yep.
Here, let's
Another
point
90
it to
degree one.
your
Yep.
A
Camera
camera.
B
Just point it to your A
or A?
camera.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So on the front, do you see how it has like an L shape?
Yes.
No, no, the connector, the front.
The front. Yes. Yeah, it's you have to
Yes.
get the light in there. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know
So
if you
there's
can
a
see it
very
at home,
tiny,
but hopefully.
yeah, there's a very tiny L shape that will keep you from putting it in backwards. So that L shape
Got it.
is mirrored on the board and it's also mirrored on the SSD. So you can't put it in
Cool.
backwards. So don't try to force it in. It's a little small piece of
Okay.
plastic. You could force it
Uh-huh.
in, I think, if you pushed hard enough, but it should just click
But
right in nice and easy.
yeah, I did. Fortunately, I had it the right way, so it did. Okay.
Yeah.
And so then the other side of this cable goes into the SSD, right?
Yeah. And so right now
Do you
we
want to
could
do that
actually
now
plug
or should
in,
I?
we, we can do that now. We can plug in the power and the SATA connector to the SSD.
All right, let me swing it around so you can see.
Yep.
All right. It's going to be I have to come down a little bit with the tripod. Sorry for the cables everywhere. Okay. Can you see that? Ish. There's a there's a
Yeah,
lot
we
of the
could.
octopus is in the way. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now I take this cable, the one that I just put into the
Here,
motherboard.
take the caddy out. I just want to show the stream what the backside of
Oh
the
yeah.
SSD looks like.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh,
See the light on that? Can you see that?
sorry,
There we
my
go.
bad. Wrong button.
You're
Okay,
fine.
there we go.
That's okay. You're doing such a good job remotely. You're just like you're instructing me and switching cameras. I'm glad that's not me. I just have to build
Uh,
the thing.
tilt it down a little, just a touch.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It might be the bit rate might be too low for us to see. There are two connectors,
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
There is a
Yeah,
longer
yeah.
one.
On that side, yeah.
That longer one is power, and then the
hmm
shorter one is the SATA connector.
Okay, and that's the
And
one
again,
coming from
both
the
of them,
motherboard, right?
yeah, and both of them have a little
hmm
plastic L, so the
Yep,
both connectors only fit one way.
got it. Yes, I can see that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the bitrate is too low for you to see, but maybe it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see the L shape. There we go. That's cool.
Yep.
All right, so I'll put it back into place and then slot in
Yeah. I
the
wouldn't push it in
SATA.
all the way. I would actually run the cable through
Ah,
the caddy,
okay.
so then you can
Uh-huh.
easily plug it in on the other side, and then once everything's plugged in, you could push it back into the
Oh,
caddy.
okay. So I can plug it in from this side.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Let's see. All right. Does it click? It should click. It didn't click. Hang on. Try again. That looks correct.
It might not click.
The L and the L. Oh, okay. It might not click. Okay, cool. I was waiting for it to
It
click like the one in
should.
the
It
motherboard, but
should, but it might not
yeah.
sometimes. Sometimes it might not.
Um, yeah. I mean, it's in there. It's definitely in there. Okay.
Okay.
So should I
Wait,
also
before
route the
you,
power in?
yep, let's
No.
get some power.
Okay.
Yep. So let's look at the
Uh-huh.
octopus.
Not these guys. Not these guys. Okay. All right, octopus. Here
Oh
we
wait, no, no,
go.
no, no, no. Wait. Put that
Not
back where it
not
was.
this one.
That's for the no,
That's
that's for
going
the
back in.
graphics card. Yep.
All right. This one?
Nope, not that octopus. That's for the
Nope.
front I/O
Not that
connector.
octopus. All right,
Nope.
not that
The
one.
big one, the nasty looking one, the one that we don't want to look at. Yeah.
This one.
No, no, no. The ones you were looking at
No, no,
on the
that's a
that are just
this one.
loose.
Oh,
Yep,
this
those
type.
guys.
I
Those
was
guys.
like,
Yeah, yeah,
duh,
yeah.
these can't be the right one. Ah, okay. Which one?
It
Any
is,
of them?
unfortunately. So
Ugh.
anyone that
Mm.
looks like a SATA power. So on the end of at the very end, there's
Yeah.
like some big old Molex ones.
Yes, not the ones with the four
Yeah,
holes. Not those
yeah.
ones.
We're
Yeah.
not using those,
So
but we
any
are
of the
using the
Seder ones,
thinner
which are the
ones.
L-shaped ones. Okay.
Yep,
Cool. So any of those ones that will fit.
yep.
Um,
I think there are three of them
okay.
on that one string
There are.
that they should
Do you
all
have a
fit. Yeah.
recommendation? Should I do the one that's sort of the shortest one or medium or the longest one?
It depends on
Does it
how
really?
we're gonna hide the cables, and
Okay.
if it fits, you know.
Hmm. I'll try with the shortest one.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's see.
Can we see you plug them in?
Sure. 1 second. Thank you for reminding me. I was like, yeah, I'm just in
Yeah.
my own world over here.
Yeah.
Do do do.
I mean, we're
Okay.
so close. We're so close.
So close. Um, okay. A little bit. Oh, I just need to make sure that I actually was getting the alignment right because I've changed orientation and I got confused. Let me see.
Oh God.
No, 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 you're fine. I'm just making sure I'm getting, yeah,
I'm just
okay, the
gonna
L
show the
shapes in that right.
stream your A camera because it looks funny how you're like trying to hug the case and try to get it everything to
Hug the case. Hug the case. Yeah, this is gently, gently. Why is this the hardest part?
it might
Oh,
be
it's
you
because
might have
that
to
one's not long enough.
flip it. Oh,
Flip it?
then get the other one on it.
No, no, no. It's because the SATA from the motherboard's not long enough to pull it all the way through. I'm
Oh,
just
I
making
see.
sure that I have the. There we go. I
Yeah,
got it. I just needed a little bit
you got
more.
it.
Yeah, I just need a little bit more grip.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one is still feeling a little bit loose. Is that all right? It
yeah.
is
Just keep pushing it
incorrectly
in.
though.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
wouldn't
Well.
fit in any
Okay.
other way. If it doesn't boot,
Right.
we'll
I
have to
know.
switch SATA cables, but
Okay.
that's fine. You have a bunch.
Okay. Cool. All right. So
Click.
that's back in. Click. It's all
And
back
since you
in.
were tugging on the SATA cable, push in the
Yeah.
SATA cable on
Push
the
it.
motherboard just to make sure that it's on the
Uh-huh.
motherboard. Yeah, just to make sure that it's still connected.
Yes. Still connected.
Still good? Okay,
Very
good.
much so. Yep. Okay. Okay. Cat
Whew,
Alexi is ready for the next stage. Whew. Take a sip of
whew.
water, everybody.
Yeah,
Oh my
need some
goodness.
water.
We
It's also
are
warming up.
one, two. It is warming up. It's hot in here. It's 2.5 hours into our stream. First time PC builder. Water is away from the case. Don't worry. She has done, a fair amount of stuff so far. With thanks to Oliver, who has built many a PC in his time, and he's walking me through step by step. So I'm feeling good about everything so far. All right, so I've got the SSD in. Graphics card next, or
No,
cable management? No.
let's run the let's run all the extra cables that we need to run from the front I/O of the case
Mm-hmm.
and the case fans. Let's do that first because the graphics
Okay.
card's really
Yeah.
big and bulky and it's going to cover a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the motherboard.
Okay.
So that'll be the
Got it.
last thing we put in.
Got it. Okay. Right. So to get these buttons up here.
So
Okay.
so let's swing around to the back, all
Yeah.
the to the all the cables.
Back or side back?
Side back.
Side back. Side back. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, there's no cables at the back. Okay. Doo-doo.
Surprisingly, there's almost nothing going on in the backpack.
Yes. Surprise, surprise. Um, All right. So normally, if you're an experienced builder, this wouldn't take probably 2.5 hours. Well, it's 2 hours really so far, just because we've had a lot of conversation time, explaining, asking questions. So normally it would be a little bit faster than this, but we wanted to go slow and do everything step by step. So yeah, you can follow along. All
I
right.
mean, it's also
We have
like
this.
it's your first time, nice and easy.
Yeah,
There's no need to rush
nice
through
and
it.
easy. Exactly. I don't want to rush it. I want to do it like correctly. So hopefully it boots first time. So
Yeah. And of course,
fingers crossed. Okay.
the goal is to like power to boot into the BIOS first button press. That is the goal,
That's
which
the
I think we're
goal.
close to. Hopefully. I mean, you
Okay.
never know. You never know. We could be here till like 5 o'clock trying to figure out what went wrong.
Oh my goodness. Okay. No, 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 no.
No, no, no.
Whew. Okay. It's warm in San
So
Francisco
warm.
today. Warm. Okay.
Whew.
So warm. All right.
Okay.
What's next in the
So
octopus
let's grab
tables?
that string of cables. Here, why don't we put, can you
This.
pull me out a little bit? You're a little zoomed in
Yeah.
on the,
Yes, I
yeah,
am
yeah,
indeed.
yeah. Okay.
I am indeed.
Okay.
Okay.
So if
So
you'd
th
like,
this
at
one
this
that's
point,
been.
those are
Yeah.
all done. We can actually tuck those at the very bottom underneath the SSD just to hide them and any
Yep.
extra power cables. There is the cable that's still
Okay.
going to the GPU, to the graphics card. So you want to make sure that's
Uh-huh.
still uh, feeding through
But none
the
of
bottom.
these. These ones are
No.
done, right? I can tuck those.
Yeah. Yeah. Those
Okay.
will be for extra hard drives. If you want to add another hard drive, you'd have to add power to it. And so you have all those
Uh-huh.
cables there. It looks like this power
Got
supply
it.
could handle, I don't know, like six hard drives, I
Quite
guess,
a
if you really
few.
wanted to.
Yeah. All right. I'm tucking under the SSD. Let's
Yeah.
bring it through so it's out of the way. But
Yeah.
there's
We're
a
just trying to get this stuff
it
cleared
is
out.
it is such a mess though, a mess of cables. Uh, okay. Let's do. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ugh. So many. So many. Including these? Okay. Yeah.
John Faulkner is asking if you're from England.
No, I'm Australian, mate. But I live in San Francisco. I'm an Aussie through and through, but I love being in the Bay Area. Thanks for the question. I hope you're
Yeah.
having a good
Todd
day,
Ward,
and thanks for
go
watching.
ahead. Todd Ward is asking
Um,
about the M.2 drive, if it would be easier. Yes, it'd be so much easier because an M.2 hard drive just plugs in with just straight into the motherboard. But for budget
hmm
reasons, right, we're trying to stay under $600. We went with a
Yep.
SATA-driven SSD instead of
hmm
an M.2 NVMe drive.
Okay. All the cables are
And then Steve
took a
Reno is
long
asking
time.
what an M.2 is. An M.2 drive is just a different type of connector for a solid state drive. So what we have in here is a SATA connected SSD, and an NVMe drive uh, is just a different type of connector that connects straight to the motherboard. I'll just keep it simple as that. There are
Yeah.
speed and performance gains when plugging in straight into the motherboard. You have a direct lane to the CPU. Um, yeah, I don't want to get too technical. Leave it right there. I don't want to get
Yes.
too much into
Don't
it.
say too technical because then it's
No, no,
I
no, no,
mean
no.
yeah, not for a beginner, but I think for people that are watching this that are intrigued and like want to sort of do a deeper dive, go check out Oliver's done a great video on a much more complex, much more gaming workhorse PC. And you can find that on our How to Do It All channel. So just type in how to do it all, build a PC, and you'll find it. It's a really, really good video, so go check it out. But this one's definitely for beginners like me. So it's a little bit more basic and not going to get too technical, just enough to get everything working. And,
I
Oliver's
like
been
how you
great
keep
that he's specced everything out. But
I like how you keep plugging that video.
it's a good video. I like it. I like it. Also,
uh,
my AirPods are just like, oh, running out of battery.
oh,
Okay, but I have another backup pair, so we're good.
you got a backup?
Um,
Okay,
I have a backup pair, yes, definitely. So
okay.
let's keep going.
All right. So there should be a string of cables coming from the top of the case,
A string of
very, very top.
cables. These ones. Yep.
That guy. Yep. So those are
hmm
all front I/O connectors. So we're gonna plug
Yep.
those in now. So you see the little two small holes over to the right under the fractal design. I think it says fractal design. Yep. Those guys.
These ones. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yep. You're gonna run those cables through there. You might want to
This one?
untie the zip tie that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
Does it matter which
let me
hole,
see if
first or
I can,
second, or?
let me see if I can remember. So let's pull them out individually. So
Mm-hmm.
the small ones that are super loose,
Yeah, these
those go
ones.
on the left
Yeah.
hole. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Left hole. Okay.
Left hole.
Then we have the HD audio.
That one I think goes on the right.
Okay.
USB could probably go in either. So those two are USB connectors.
Both USB. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I
It
think
doesn't
they
matter.
both go. No, put
Right
them
or
in the
left.
left one though.
Okay.
Let's put them in the left one.
Sounds good. All right. Okay, now swing it around. You want to see what I'm doing, right?
Yep. Swing it around.
Swing it around, baby. Okay. Cool. Let's come in a little closer. All right.
This is the part I've been dreading.
Alrighty.
I'm not excited
Why?
about this.
Why?
Okay, so
It's just
let's start with
cables.
the easy
Well,
ones. Let's start with the easy ones.
yeah.
So what do you have there in your hand?
First one USB, the small one, not the blue. That's USB 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
recognize that. Okay. So
is it
regular
labeled
USB.
as USB on there?
Yes,
On
this
the
small one, it says USB. Can you
I
see
mean
it?
on the motherboard.
On the motherboard. Where would that be? Where would that be?
It would be so along the bottom, you see all those pins that are
Yeah.
sticking out? These are
Oh
all the
yeah, yeah. I
connectors that
see
we're about to
USB.
attach.
Oh yeah, it's tiny. Oh my goodness. Sorry, my head's in the way.
It's okay.
Yes, I can see that these ones. These ones. So USB 3, 4, USB 5, 6, and then U3 something something. Okay. So I'm assuming that
So if you so let's see, what do you want to start with? You want to start with the USB-C or
uh,
3.0?
yeah, sure. Works for me.
Okay. So that one's easy. It's a big, huge connector. I actually don't like it because it's
Uh-huh.
so thick that it makes it difficult to
Okay.
manage. But it does go
Yeah.
in one way. As you can see, there's like a little lip or like a T.
Yeah. There's a little
Um,
nodule there. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a little nub that will
Mm-hmm.
only fit one way into
It
the
go
motherboard.
and it goes into this one, right?
Yep, it should be labeled USB 3, 3.2, 3.0, something like that.
Uh, 3 USB 3, 4, USB 5, 6. But it looks like this one is only going to fit in this slot.
That's fine. It's the yeah, it
I
fits the
can't
only
see
one
a
that's going to
label.
fit. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That one's in.
Okay, awesome.
Uh-huh. All right.
Let's grab the
Regular
next one.
USB.
What's that one?
Mm-hmm. Regular USB.
Uh, does that fit in only one way? Like if you look at the front,
Uh,
the
it's
pins?
got a 9 plugs. So yes, it does only fit one way.
Yep.
But
So go
do I
ahead
put it
and
in this one or this one? Does it matter?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Um, this board has room for two USB 2.0 ports. Our case only has one, so
Uh-huh.
plug it on in.
There we go. Plugged in. Okay.
Todd Ward,
All right.
hate front panel connectors. Me too. I hate so much.
Whoops. Okay. Front panel, F panel. Looks like it's on this side.
I know. Let's do that
Is
one
that?
last. Hold on. I'm trying to avoid that
Oh,
one so
okay.
hard. There's
Okay.
the
No, you're
audio
fine.
connector.
HD audio. Yeah, audio. Uh, does it go in AAFP or C or no, not com? AF AAFP? No.
I think so.
You tell me. Yeah. Oh,
I
dear.
believe
I mean,
it's
that's
the
what
one
I
that
would
only
guess.
fits. I
Yeah, it
think so.
looks
It's the
like
only
that's the
one
only
that
way it's
fits.
gonna
Yeah,
fit.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's the only one there.
Okay. Funny.
AFP
Here I
audio
am, and it's
front
like, I don't
panel.
know. There we go.
AFP
I don't
stands
know.
for
I'm
audio
the
front
beginner
panel,
here.
Lexi. I got it.
I'm the beginner here, and I guess that's where it goes because it's labeled like that.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Please be gentle to me, chat. I messed
Oh,
up and I forgot.
no, you're fine. You're fine. You're doing such a good job. This is so helpful because, like, yeah, it's intimidating, all this stuff. It's like, it's okay. I'm sure people out there have built PCs before. You've done stuff in a different order, and you know, got the accidental wrong holes once in a while. It's okay. It's how you learn. That's all right. But we're
And
very, this is beginners, and like we know we're not experts. This is like how, most of us are going to approach this. So, we're just having some fun and
yeah,
making something that's going to work first time, hopefully. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm an idiot
hopefully.
with this camping light on.
I know, but it's
Ridiculous.
helping so much.
Oh,
It's helping so much.
good, good. I know. I'm so glad that you can actually see what I'm doing. All right. Now, are we going to tackle these front panel cables?
Yeah,
Your
so
most
all the way on the
hated
right.
things?
So there's some super small labels at the
Yeah,
bottom, like at the very bottom of the
yeah.
motherboard.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
there's some
HDD,
tiny.
power, LED, reset, button, power. Yeah. Oops, I'm sorry. I
I
keep
didn't.
knocking the camera with
Hold
my
on.
big head.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm looking for my notes on
Uh,
how that went in, and I don't have them. So this is gonna be fun.
Power, reset. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm basically just going to follow, like, match each label to the right hole.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is
So why
kind
don't we
of
start with
tricky
the?
because they're so
It
small.
is. It is incredibly small. We won't be able to get this
Oh
on
my
camera.
God.
Just letting everyone
I
know.
know.
Um,
So sorry,
in
guys.
in the motherboard manual.
Yeah.
Oh, Lexi.
Yes.
In the motherboard manual,
Sorry.
there usually is a list of actually, but this one doesn't have it. I looked it up. It
Are you
doesn't have
serious?
the. I did, yeah.
No, you're kidding me. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? No. Serial port connect, front audio panel, digital audio connector, PCI Express. Oh, yeah, you're right.
It just says
Oh,
front IO or whatever, front power. It's okay. Okay, let's do this. We got this.
yeah.
So on the top left, I believe it is HDD light, I believe. Top left plus HDD plus, HDD
Yep.
minus.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
plug those in
That's
that
it.
are labeled HDD plus, HDD minus.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna do. HDD,
Yeah, no,
LED,
no.
a
You're
power,
good.
blah,
You're
blah.
good.
Yep.
I
Okay,
think
so
it's
just
HDD, right?
vertical, right?
On the
Uh,
top, very top left of those I think 9 connectors. Yeah.
yeah, 9. Uh-huh.
Yep. So top left
So
should
I'm
be
like,
HDD plus or
yeah.
minus.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So plug that in. Yeah.
Vertical or horizontal? It looks like it's horizontal.
To the right. So horizontal.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Okay. HDD LED in. All right.
Okay.
Then. Oh,
What's the
I'm
one
so
underneath?
sorry. I'm
Under
blocking your
it,
view.
it's okay.
Power. But that looks like it's on the top. Power, it looks like
Yeah,
on the top. HDD
power's
is
to
on
the
the
top.
bottom. Yeah.
Power
So
to the
let me
right
plug the.
should be to the right of the HDD lights.
Uh, no, it goes HDD. Uh, oh, but the orientation is confusing. Maybe it
No,
is.
the
So it
orientation's
says to me
terrible.
power at the top and then HDD underneath it. That's what this is telling
Yes.
me. Okay, cool. Power SW. Woohoo! Wow, this is tiny. You think that they would
Yeah.
be able to make it a little bit more intuitive, huh?
You'd think,
Okay.
Lexi, but no.
But no. Okay. All right. I'm it's so difficult. Okay, LED plus and minus then. Next to that. Um,
It should be on the
Power
bottom. So now
LED.
we should be on the bottom row.
Yes, 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 yes. Bottom row. But which order is it? Plus first? Oh, this is so difficult to see. Uh, I can't see if it's plus first or minus first. I would gather that is the order in which the plugs are in. Yes. Thank you. Ugh. I
I
don't
have
know
a
how
feeling
if you had
we'll be
small.
coming back to this.
My old mate, the mini plugs. All right. All right. And then finally, reset button. What's this? Reset
Is
SW.
reset under
Does that
power?
go?
Right. It should be under power, I
No.
think.
No,
No?
it's not. Mm-mm. It's at the end.
Is it?
Oh,
No,
but
wait,
then
wait.
there's a.
Oh, so Yeah, so all four should be lined up. That extra pin on the right isn't used.
Yeah. Yep. That's perfect. That's exactly what it's going to do now. Let
Okay,
me just
perfect.
get the orientation right. Yeah. Whew. I am sweating. I don't know about you, but I am sweating. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Do you want
have a look at.
do you want to recap the order for now?
Yes.
What is on the yeah.
Okay, so USB, USB 3. And then I had the, what was that one underneath? I've forgotten what that one was. Something. Power and reset at the top, and then underneath was the uh,
HD,
LEDs,
HDD,
and then
LEDs
HDD
for
on the
the hard
far left.
drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's the
All
rough
right.
order of what it was. You
Let's
can't even
cross our
see these
fingers.
on the camera. All
No,
right.
it's the worst. It's the worst.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
What do we have left? Oh,
Okay.
fans. We need to run fans.
Fans.
Plug in our fans. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's still
All right.
some
Where are those?
yeah, some tied up fans over there on the right side, right next to the fans. They're
Yes.
coming out.
Uh-huh.
Yep, those
Yeah,
guys.
these guys. Yeah. And
So
I'll take
undo
those
that
out.
tie.
Uh-huh.
So this is where it's going to get a little janky, and this is mainly because we're using the fans that are coming with the case, and we don't have
Uh-huh.
a fan controller. So if you look on
Right.
the motherboard, there are two
Uh-huh.
uh, case fan headers. One is near the CPU cooler header that we plugged in at the very beginning of the build, at the very top.
All the way up here. Fan 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then
So
there's
one
another
goes up
one to the
there.
left of the CPU. Yep, one goes up there, and again, it fits only
Oh.
one way.
Yep.
I
Does
know.
it matter which cable goes in which order? Like, does
Yeah,
this one, does it
there
matter
is
that, yeah?
there
Okay.
uh
So,
doesn't matter which fan, no.
oh, okay. Well, let's see.
But remember, it only goes in one way. Lexa, do you mind tilting the
Uh-huh.
camera up, your B cam?
Yeah, of course.
There we go.
Only goes in one way.
Yeah, there should be
Hope
like
so.
a piece of plastic that only
Uh-huh.
lets it go
Yes,
in one
there sure is.
direction.
Yeah, it definitely does. All right, and then the second one is, you said it was underneath?
To the left of the watch
To the,
battery. Do you see the CMOS battery?
oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Cha fan 1.
Yep,
Cha fan.
chow
I'm
fan.
a cha fan. Cha fan. Okay.
Now, ideally,
And
we would run these through the back
okay.
for cable management,
Right.
but
Uh-huh.
the one next to the CMOS doesn't reach. Like I try to run it underneath, like where the USB cables came through, like through the bottom.
Yeah, and doesn't go up. Fair enough. Okay.
Actually, it
Well,
does. You'll need to. Well, yeah. Do you want to route them through the back just to
not
keep it
really.
all nice and tidy? No?
I mean, I
Okay.
can. I mean, I totally can. Do you want me to? I just thought maybe should we just plug it all in and then cable manage, or
Uh,
what would you do?
with the case fans, let's put them in because the graphics card is going to
Oh
cover.
yeah, that's right. Okay, so do you want me to
Yeah,
unplug it and then move them? Okay.
yeah. Try to route them through the back and out the front, just to keep it nice and clean. Trying to keep it nice and
All right.
tidy
Right. And then
for no
like through
reason
this
other
hole?
than aesthetics. It could be that
This
hole, or it could
hole?
be through the hole through the top.
Oh yeah. Okay, there's one up there. Cool. All right.
Steve Reno's
Back in
asking, should I spend
again.
the extra money on an SSD drive rather than a basic HD on a new desktop tower? Yes, absolutely. At the very least,
Yes.
I would recommend getting a smaller SSD that is within your budget, um, and then get a hard drive that stores more data. So, traditional hard drives, they become really cheap these days. You probably get like a terabyte or two for $60.
Mm-hmm.
And I would use your Windows, I would install Windows on the SSD. So if you can only, if your budget only allows for a 256 gigabyte SSD, then get that, put Windows on it, and then put everything else on the hard drive. You could also, like, I would recommend at least 500 gigs these days for an SSD, just because of how big programs are getting, or
Mm-hmm.
games, especially games. Games are huge. Like, one thing that I would first upgrade on this machine isn't the CPU, it isn't the graphics card. it's definitely the SSD. You're going to need more storage. Like I think Modern Warfare
Yep.
is like 100 gigs, which is insane.
Hmm.
So you're going to want more storage if you're going to play more games, for sure.
Cool. All right.
Okay, what are we
Looking
doing?
good. Okay, so I've rerouted everything, and yeah, so I plugged everything back in through the back. Yeah.
Okay, so on the uh, let's see, do we have any other parts left? Is that it? Power fans, front I/O, motherboard power. Are we at the graphics card? Is this it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think there's anything else that needs plugging in.
No.
Yeah, we plugged everything
Okay,
in, I think. Just we just have
so
the
let's
rest of
go.
the random octopus cables, right?
Yeah,
And
we have to try
the
to hide
this,
those. It's okay.
yeah, well, it's okay. This is
Yep,
for the
we're
graphics
about.
card, right? Okay.
Yep. So let's look at the thumb screws on the PCIe covers, plate covers on the left. It's those black, the black thing on the left of the case. Yep. So
These?
we're going to
Yep.
take off the second and third one.
Taking off number two. Whoops. It fell out because it's not magnetized very well. I will fix that.
No.
I should have tested that earlier, so I could have tried to remagnetize it. Whoop. You should have warned me that that was going to fall out like that. Okay.
Sorry. I was reading
It's
comments.
okay. No, you're
Someone says
fine.
that Sprank Buddha says we're going to have to revisit that front panel section. I agree. I think we're boned. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Well, we'll work it out. That's going to be the fun part, isn't it? It's so
Yeah.
that they're so small. Those little ports. They're tiny. Okay, so I've taken off screw two and three, and that panel there, second panel,
And you've
came
taken
off,
out both of
as you heard.
the covers?
Both of the screws. No, sorry, you wanted that means you want
Oh no
screws
no
two, three, and four to come out.
no,
Oh,
just
there's
two and three. Oh,
ah.
there you
Oh,
go.
okay, there's two
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
panels. Yes, there you go.
You're
So
good.
because one fell out. There you go.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
And then on the PCIe slot, make sure it's unlocked. So at the very back of that long plastic strip, do you see like a tab?
Mm, the long
So the
plastic
long
strip.
gray plastic uh, strip on the motherboard?
Yes, sorry. Yep, that one.
Yes.
My bad. I
Yep,
was
right
looking
there.
here. Yeah, that
It's
one.
okay.
Yeah, that's unlocked.
So,
Okay. Yep.
okay. So that means it's pressed down and unlocked.
You want it? So that's locked. That's unlocked, right? Yep. Press down.
Locked is up and down is unlocked.
Yep. Locked, unlocked, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And then there's
Just
also,
checking.
so you see that fan connector?
Yes.
Yep, you're gonna have to push that under the graphics card. It's not ideal, but just make
Okay.
sure that's under it. Yep.
I'll.
Oh, I wouldn't
Okay. Yep.
stretch it. I would just push it right under where
No.
it's at right
Okay.
now. Yep. Just keep it
Okay.
flat. Oh, but not covering the uh the PCIe slot.
I know
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
tricky. Like, kind of have to
Yeah.
sit like that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you
I'll
did
be
tell me to
honest,
route the cable through the back, so.
I did. It's the only way it's gonna fit. I'll be honest, it's super jank, but to sort of try to keep the uh cable management managed,
Yeah.
we'll do it. It's a little
I'm
janky. It's
I'm
fine.
just gonna swap the earbuds. Give me
Swapping
one
earbuds.
second. I'm swapping earbuds
Okay.
because they've gone. They've gone. Let's try.
Let's see. Any questions that we haven't answered on the
I don't know
stream?
if they're connected now.
I hear
Let's
you through
see.
your phone. Oh,
I know, yeah. I'm gonna switch the input
okay.
because they didn't automatically connect. Hello.
I hear you. Do you hear it? I hear you through
Hello.
the phone still, I think.
Are we working? Okay, I can hear you again finally.
You can hear me? We're good?
Yes, good, good. I'll just crank the volume up a little bit. These ones are
Wow.
a little softer because
Seamless,
we don't have
Lexi.
the.
Wow.
Yeah, well, The AirPods don't give me the full 4.5 hours of listen time anymore, unfortunately. AirPods Pro, that is. Okay, back to the originals. All right. Now what do we do?
All right, so let's open up the RX 570
Mm-hmm.
with 8 GB of DDR. I don't know what DDR4 RAM.
Mm-hmm.
What's it say on the box?
Oh yeah, good point. I will
Yeah,
look at the front of the box for you. No, it doesn't say on the front of the box. Where are
it's
we
fine. It's
looking?
got 8 gigs of VRAM. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, nice. Okay, well.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, sorry, 8 gig. It says right there, 8G, 8G,
Yep.
8G. Oh, and it's right on the front. You know, we're like 3 hours into this. My comprehension
I know.
skills
I
leave
know.
something to be desired. Okay, um, that's good. Okay, so,
Whew.
woof, here we go. Ugh. Move my tripod. Complete the
Anime Beef
sound
Random's
effects.
GDDR5 RAM. Thank you so much for letting me know about that.
All right, am I opening this up? I
Yep,
mean,
open it up.
obviously.
Yep.
Ooh. All right. Is this like the motherboard? I should not touch it on the base, right? Oh, I'm sorry, the
Yep. Try
CPU.
not to touch it on the back of the PCB where all those
Uh-huh.
connectors are.
Yep.
Also, a note about the packaging here. That anti-static bag, you'd never
Mm-hmm.
want to lay components on top of it
Okay.
because there's a lot of static charge on the top of those. Some people will try to like put those
Oh,
as a safekeeping. You're better off putting it on top of the cardboard box or even
okay.
just straight onto your work surface.
Mm-hmm.
So don't put that anti-static thing is keeping static
Yep.
out from the inside and keeping it all on the outside.
Okay, so I should set this aside.
Yeah, just put that on the floor or whatever. It's fine.
I'll just put it over here. Another
Okay.
surface. Okay, so not touching the base, just the
Yeah.
sides. Okay.
So you want to check on the bottom of the card where
Mm-hmm.
the connectors are, that there's no plastic. Yep. See, there is a plastic cover on it for protection.
Plastic, should I take that off?
Yep. You want to peel that off, and you want
Gently.
to
Okay.
avoid touching the gold components. Like, don't put your finger grease on them because I
Yeah.
mean, you can, but just don't.
No,
You
no.
know,
I'm just
want to
holding
keep
the
the
plastic.
contacts good. Yeah,
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 I'm
yeah.
holding the plastic. I'm not touching the gold, and I'm just
Yep.
holding onto the side. Yeah.
Yep.
So doing my best. Yes, my fingers are greasy. I'm sorry about that.
Not yours. It's
I
everyone's
know
fingers. We
everybody,
all create
everybody.
finger grease. Everyone makes finger grease. It's okay.
That's
Do you
okay.
mind
All
tilting the
right.
camera up so we can see you
Yeah,
insert this?
sure. Coming a little closer. Apologies for the shaky camera move as I'm moving the camera. All right. Moment of truth. Okay. So I need to basically put that in that slot and then this at the back, essentially.
Yep, and make sure that so there's some tabs on the back on the left of it.
Yes. Yeah.
The
I
like
can.
metal aluminum plates. Yep, on the left. Those tabs that are sticking out left. Those teeth.
Oh, these. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
those guys. Those are going to
Mm-hmm.
slot in where the covers were.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oof.
Yep. So it's a little difficult to try to line everything up. You got like the two covers or the two. Actually, it looks like you
Yeah.
got it.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
like that?
Push in and make sure that the tab locks. That tab that we unlocked.
Yep.
All good?
Yep. I think it's locked. Yeah.
All right. So you want to take the thumb screws and screw in the drive or the video card.
Yes. These ones that I just took out of the back, right?
Yep.
Except I want to screw it in here. There's only
Yep.
one that's going to secure it. Is that right?
There's like the top one as well. Also secures it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I guess it will kind of
Yeah.
secure it, actually. You're right.
Kind of. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just
Kind
doesn't
of.
look. Yeah, it kind of does. Like, I'll show you. You
Yeah.
can see that, like, it doesn't fully. Oh, See the magnetic
Uh-oh.
screwdriver?
Uh-oh.
That is not. It's okay. I'll just get it started with my hand. Oh, this one's tricky, isn't it? This is going to be the pain point for me, is literally putting in the screws. Last minute one. Need two hands. There we go.
At this point, you could also lift up the card a little bit higher. Like if you look at the
Mm-hmm.
back, the ports on the backpack,
Yep.
does it look like an HDMI or a DisplayPort cable will fit nice and easy?
Let's bring it down a little bit so you can see. Uh, uh,
Yeah, that looks
I think
good.
it will. Like if I take off the
Yeah.
cover, you mean?
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, the thing is that, oh no, yeah, it does. There you go, like that.
Okay, okay.
Should I take the covers
At
off
this
now?
point, you can. At this point, if you feel that the video connectors are covered by that plate, you can sort of
Yeah,
bend the card down ever so slightly within the range
jiggle it
of
down.
the
Yeah.
thumb screws so
Mm-hmm.
that you have more wiggle
Oh, I
room to
see.
plug in the
Yeah.
cables.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
Do you mind showing
Okay.
us?
Yeah, just a second. Let me just get the screw seated in. Okay.
While you do that, I'm going to talk about, there's a little bit in the chat. I've been sort of taking a look over at it. A lot of people are asking about grounding. You and I had a
Mm-hmm.
conversation about this if we wanted to discuss grounding on the stream. You could have a static charge and, sorry, you could have a static charge and you can accidentally touch any component on your case and ruin it.
Yep.
What Lexi's working on, she's got a hardwood floor. She's not creating any static right now. She's barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in an environment that has a carpet, or if you're like I used to live in Arizona and everything generated a ton of static in the dry heat. So when I built my PC in Arizona, I did use an anti-static wrist strap. And the appropriate way to use it is not by connecting the strap to the case, but actually connecting it to the power supply and then plugging in the power supply into an outlet. What this
Mm.
did is it connected ground or the ground pin from the outlet into the power supply, and then you clipped um, the anti-static wrist strap to the power supply, so you were grounded immediately, from your
Right.
wrist to the power supply and then out to the outlet that's on ground. You wouldn't have to turn on the power supply. You don't switch it on. It just needs to be connected to ground. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would recommend if you're living in a high humidity, or not low humidity, or what do you call it?
Really dry environment, basically, where there's
Yeah,
naturally a lot of static. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Oh, I think my
Sure.
AirPods died. Do you hear me well
Yeah, I
still?
know. Mine did. Do you have a backup?
No, I'm gonna charge one ear though, I think.
Yeah, charge one ear and then you can keep swapping them in and out. Little hack for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Still hear me? Sounding
I
good?
still
All
hear
right.
you. Do you still hear me?
Yeah, I sure do. Okay. This
Okay,
is
cool.
yeah, I'm feeling good about the positioning. It went in really nicely. And
Okay.
I did configure it so hopefully it's clear I can definitely pull those ports off, okay? Sorry, the covers on the ports on the back, okay? Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully it's
So now we
enough
can,
to be able to plug in the monitor. Yeah. Okay.
it should be. We should be
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Mhm.
So now we can plug in the power to the video card.
Whoa, yes. Sorry, I got really excited about that. Okay. All right. So VGA, which one? This
It doesn't matter. Pick whichever
end
one.
or okay. This one
Doesn't
will be a
matter.
bit
Pick one
neater.
whichever you can hide the cable and cable manage from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now where does it? Oh, it plugs around here. This. Oh, in there?
Yep, right up there. And I think there's the tab. I think I could see it from here. Is right on top.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure is like that. Click, 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 click.
All good?
Okay. Yeah. Actually seated it a little bit more firmly in there. There you go. Okay.
All right,
Cool.
Lexi, look around your table.
Oh,
Is there anything that we
yeah.
missed?
Um, let's take a look. I don't think there's anything glaringly missing. There's just some extra screws in the bag.
That's
Sorry.
fine. There'll be tons of
Amateur
extra
hour
screws.
camera work here. Yeah, there's lots of extra screws. There's a couple of extra SATA cables. These are the ones, right?
Yep,
But I don't need those. Yeah.
yep.
That
There'll
I
always
think.
be extra cables because
Okay.
you'll like it's for expansion, right? With PCs, you can either add or remove parts. So
Right.
there'll always be some expansion.
Okay. Camping light can come off. Yeah,
All
so
right,
far
Lexi.
until I need to dive back in. Okay. All right. What should I do now?
Okay,
Whew.
I think we're ready to turn it on. So, a superstition of PC
Oh.
building is that you never put the covers, the side panel covers on until
Uh-huh.
everything is working.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah.
leave
So
the
I'm. Yeah. Leave
yeah,
all
we're
the
gonna
covers
leave
off,
everything
and
open.
then.
Yep. And then let's bring the monitor in too, and mouse and keyboard and
Okay.
everything so that we
Yep.
can test things out. And I hope it turns on.
Hope to God that it turns on. Okay. All right. Let's bring in the monitor.
Jack Sleepawern wants to know how much this costs. It should be about 600, 630, depending on what's available in stock right now. So luckily, we just got a delivery of the Gigabyte RX 570, which was a pretty good deal, I believe, on Newegg right now, and the link should be in the description. We're using a Ryzen 5 1600 AF with that costs about $85 if you can find it at that price. If not, I would actually recommend getting a 3300X. It clocks higher and it'll be better for games, single core gaming. So that'll be a lot better for that one than the 1600 AF. If you're doing like video editing, then the 1600 AF has more cores, so it can do more processes at the same time. So I'd recommend that one. Or if you're like streaming or thinking about streaming on the same gaming machine, could do that. Our motherboard was the Asus Prime B450 micro ATX board, which has consistently been $80 for like the last 2 months. So it's a pretty decent board. 16 gigs of RAM from Crucial, a 500 gig SSD from Crucial again, the MX500. Both of those are packaged for about $70. They always go on sale though. So if you're a little bit patient and you're shopping for SSDs, a great website to go to is like pcpartpicker.com. And they sort of have a history of the pricing of the parts on there and different uh, retail locations. So it could be like Best Buy or Newegg or Amazon or whatever, Adorama, B&H. They have all those listed on there as well. Our power supply is a 500 GD power supply from EVGA. It's an 80 plus gold power supply. Just a note on those gold ratings, like you might see like platinum, gold, silver, they don't represent a better power supply. They just sort of tell you how efficient it is at using power. And then the
Okay.
case that we're using is a Fractal Design Focus G. What's going on over there? Is a
Sorry, I just dropped something. It wasn't essential. It wasn't part of the PC. My bad.
it's all right.
I'm good.
A
I told
Fractal
you I was
Design Focus
clumsy.
G case. That's all right.
It's fine. It
The
was just
white
the
one
power brick.
that we're sorry. The white one we're using is out of stock or is being sold by a reseller on one of the websites. I saw it for like $100. I wouldn't pay $100 for it. It's not the MSRP. So I looked around. I saw that the black and gray one was $66 at Walmart. That was last night. I haven't had a chance to check that today. But if you go to Walmart, or I think even Amazon had it, or was it maybe Best Buy? I don't know. Fractal Design Focus G, variety of colors like white, black, black and gray. There's like a blue one. There was a red one that I wanted to get for CNET branding purposes, but we didn't get that one because it wasn't in stock anywhere. So yeah, so I think I went through all the parts that we have. Any more questions?
Yeah, I
Can
think
I just
that's
stand it on
that's
a piece of
awesome.
wood to avoid static? Uh, Kid Topical wants to know if he can put his PC building on wood to avoid static. I think so. I wouldn't quote me on that.
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
it sounds like you need to do a bit more research, I think, on that one. I mean,
Yeah,
That's a tough question. I think it's going to be very dependent on the environment too. But yeah, do a bit more reading, I think, on that one. I don't know if we could say for sure. We don't want to
yeah,
be
I can't say for
responsible if
sure.
you, yeah,
Anti-static wristbands are cheap on Amazon. Order
yeah,
one, and you'll have a power supply. Again, connect it. Go from the little metal connector on your wrist to the power supply. Clip it on some part metal of the power supply, and then be sure to plug in the power supply into an outlet, and that will ground you before you start touching your components. So you should be good on that. Anything else? Let me look
all
at live
right.
chat here. 3300X is legit. Yes, 3300X is something that we really, 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 really wanted to use. Unfortunately, it just didn't get here on time. AMD tried their best to send it over for us. You can still pre-order it on B&H, I believe, and it's a great chip. I actually recommend it for if you're doing gaming at this price range. 3300X is good. You'd be solid. Uh,
Okay, that was perfect timing because I've plugged everything in now. Monitor, keyboard, mouse, power supply to the PC. Oh gosh, I'm kind of nervous about this. I mean, I have
do you want
faith,
to back up
but
your B
yeah, and
cam
what
so
I'm
we can
gonna
see the
do is I
monitor and
will.
everything?
I'm definitely gonna just get it a little bit further out so you can all see. After all this, make sure. Let's see. Um, can you see my B cam? It looks like
Yes.
yes.
It's a
Sorry,
little.
on
It's
my
still a
screen
little.
it's frozen. Hang on. No, no,
It's a,
I see. I got it. I
oh,
got it now. There you
you're good.
go.
You're good.
Okay,
Your B cam is live. Is she using
cool.
VGA? What cable are you using, Lexi?
I plugged into
Chat wants to know.
HDMI. Is that correct, or should I
HDMI?
do VGA? Should I do VGA?
Do
Um,
DisplayPort. Our graphics card doesn't have a
DisplayPort.
VGA connector.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This is
one
a
thing actually. Can we look at the back of it? Can you bring the B cam around? There's an
yeah.
important thing that I need to talk
I
about.
use okay. Sorry, I plugged in the HDMI, not the DisplayPort. Just to clarify, this is the DisplayPort, right? This one, if you're looking on Bcam.
Yep, yep, that is
Yep.
DisplayPort.
So I plugged in the HDMI, so I'll unplug that and then I'll plug in the DisplayPort. Good catch. Grab that guy out. Again. Yeah, and once I plug this in, I will bring the camera around so you can all see. Thanks for bearing with me. All right. It's my singing song.
Lexi, you're so close. I can't believe we did it. It only took us 3 hours.
This only took us 3 hours.
Which
Only took
actually
us
isn't that
three
bad for
hours.
first build. It's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So DisplayPort, I'm putting into the graphics card at the back, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it fits. Yes. It has a good clearance. Okay. Now I'm gonna find the DisplayPort. It's the one that has the D on it, right? D logo. Yeah.
Yep.
D. All right. Now, what did you want me to do? Bring the camera around to show you the back?
Yep. Just have an important note about the back of the
Woohoo!
computer. Nope. So just a note. So if you look up a little bit higher, there's
Mm-hmm.
an HDMI port coming out of the motherboard. The
Yes.
chip that we're using, the Ryzen 5 1600 or the Ryzen 3 3300X, don't have integrated graphics. So if you plug in an
Okay.
HDMI into the back of the motherboard, you're not going to get a video signal out. I believe
Got it.
all the Ryzen CPUs that have a G attached to them have integrated graphics. These don't. All Intel
Mm-hmm.
chips, from my understanding, have integrated graphics. So if you're running into an issue of not seeing an image come out after you build your computer, make sure that you're not using the HDMI port on the motherboard, but actually the HDMI port's coming out of your video card. So looks like Lexi got everything set up correctly, got USB plugged in, and we got
Yeah, the display port
uh,
in the
the display
video
port plugged
card.
in. So we're good.
Yeah,
We're solid.
we're good. Okay. Hopefully. All
I
right.
think we're good.
What should I
Is
do
everything
now?
plugged
Turn
in?
the Everything's plugged in.
Yep.
Everything's plugged
So
in
there's a
into
switch
the.
on the power supply. Make sure the power supply is switched on. Nice.
Okay. Whoa, lights have come on. Lights came on.
Oh, really?
Look.
Show us, show us, show us. You can't
Yeah,
see it.
lights came on. Is that good?
Yes, we did it. It's
Oh my
alive and breathing
God.
at least.
Woo! Okay, some lights are on, which is good. Now the moment of truth is the power button going to work correctly that we routed
Right,
or not?
right.
Oh my goodness. Should I press it?
Here, back us up a little bit so we can see the monitor.
All right. How's that? Moment of truth. Well, okay, let's give it a go. Should I press the power button?
What's up?
Should I press the power button on the case?
Are you ready
Is that
for
what
it?
we're doing? No, I'm not ready. Oh, okay, 3, 2, 1.
Did it do anything?
Nope, nothing happened. I must have plugged it in wrong.
Oh,
But the lights are on inside, so I know that someone's at home. Yeah,
oh,
it must be. I must have not anything happened. Nope. So that tiny little cable inside. Are you serious? That's the one thing.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you there? Don't drop
Oh
out at
no.
this important moment. Oh my goodness.
1
Can you
second.
hear me? Come back to
I lost my
me.
audio.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, Oliver's lost his audio. I can still hear you though. I don't know if that helps, but I can still hear you.
Hold on, I
Looks
am
like I'm
plugging
coming
in.
back. All right. My little helmet cam's on and ready. Okay. Oh, I can't believe that little tiny power supply to this button. It's literally just that because the lights are on everywhere else. Wow. Okay. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Are you back?
No, I hear you. I can probably talk to you through my phone, but I probably don't sound great, do I?
No, you sound okay for the time being. Yeah. I mean, you just
I
gotta
sound
wait for your
okay?
AirPods to charge up a little bit more. Yeah, I can
All
still
right.
hear you fine.
I'll plug in
Okay.
my AirPods. Hold on, let me remount my camera.
All right.
Oh, sorry guys. This went
Oh,
on for so
those
long that my
little,
AirPods.
I can't believe it's those little tiny pins. Little tiny pins. Okay.
So at this point, Lexi,
Hmm.
um, I
The lights are
would,
on though, which is a good sign. It's just literally that one button, right? We're assuming.
yeah. So before you, I wouldn't touch it while it's powered on.
No, no, I'm gonna
I would
turn everything off. Yeah.
turn everything off from the power supply, and if you're feeling
Uh-huh.
really unsure, unsafe, even unplug it.
Yeah, I will. 100%. Safety first. Okay. All right, it's unplugged. So now I have to like work out the troubleshooting portion, which is where does that little power supply plug go?
So I think so. If let's just get the power supply or the power button
Yeah.
connected. I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure it's supposed to be on the top right
The top
of.
right. Oh, this is really hard because the graphics
I know the
card's in my
graphics
way.
card is now in there and blocking your way too.
Oh, okay. All right.
So power.
Should I just unplug everything and start again?
Why don't you unplug everything and we'll just connect power? How about that?
Uh-huh. Yeah, perfect. I'm sorry you can't quite see what I'm doing. The camera's not low enough. Can't get the tripod down far enough.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Let me see. All right, so let's just do power first. So power SW. That's the one, right?
Yep.
Okay, now where did you say that needs to go?
On the top right, I believe.
Top right. Okay.
So you know how there are 9 pins and then there's a
Yep.
little extra pin on the bottom right.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So go up 1 and 2
Yep.
over to the left. So it should go all the way up to the empty pin on the right
Yep.
side.
Yep. It does. Now, I don't know if you can to see if I can get that. Let me if I take the phone off the tripod.
I
I
wish I
might get
took
it in
notes.
there.
I thought I took notes, but they didn't print out with my notes on how to.
That's all right. Okay, can you see under here?
Yeah, I
Maybe
can
not.
see
It's
enough.
very. It is tricky. All right, so I'll plug that in. So should I try and plug it in again?
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Everything is like, oh, and that tiny little plug. Okay, here we go. Round two. Round two. Okay. Plug in and on. All right, lights are on. Three, two, one. Yeah, baby! Woo! Yes! Yeah, I'm so excited. Woo! Okay. I don't know if you can see. You can't see this angle, but the fan. Woohoo!
So we got fan spin. The
Everything's
CPU
going.
cooler fan is spinning. Do we have the
Yeah.
image?
The image. The keyboard's on. The mouse
Keyboard's
is
on.
on. Where's the image?
Good question.
Hello. Good question. Where is the image? Where are you? Where are you? I know the monitor did. Hey, okay. HDMI 2, no signal. Is it going to automatically select the display port?
It should. Is there buttons for it? I've never used that monitor, so I.
Yeah, there are buttons here on the side, I think. I love this keyboard. This is awesome. Oh, I see. Yeah, there are buttons on the side. Okay. Well, no, that's not what I want. Gaming. No, that's not what I want. Switch the input. Nope. Display port. Ha! Okay. I changed it to display port.
Hmm.
What is it doing anything? Nope.
Jiggle the cables.
That's what I'm doing. Reattached everything.
Turn it off and turn it back on.
All right. Yeah, because maybe the input didn't select automatically. Okay. Try again. Display port. Okay, so it said no signal that time, but I would have thought it would have said no signal if nothing was coming through.
Right.
So I think something is coming through, but let's see. Come on. Come on, buddy. We've come so far together. Let's turn on. Display port, no signal. Come on, buddy. Why are you Yay!
Yes! Oh
Yay!
my god!
Yeah, baby. We did it. Oh, let me take the labels off so you can see. Reboot and select proper boot device. Is that what we should be seeing?
Yeah. We need to go into the BIOS. So, do you have the flash drive I gave you with the media
I sure do.
installation?
Yeah, I sure do. Do I need to
Okay.
plug that in and then restart? Okay, so I do have, so I have Windows on this guy. So should I plug this in the back?
Yep. So you want to. So just a note for anyone that has the Windows Media Creation tool, you want to plug that into the motherboard and not the front USB panels on the case.
Okay.
Just to be sure you don't want to run into any issues. So plug that in directly into the motherboard.
But that's not us today, right?
No.
We
I mean
can
the
plug
back
it into
part.
the back.
You're going into the
Yeah.
back part. The back.
Cool. Yeah, but that's just a note. The back. That's just a
Yeah.
note for everybody else. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, USB-A. Remember when there's only one way to do it? Oh my goodness. Drives me up the wall. Okay. All right. So I plug that in. Now, should I restart it? Just hold power circle it
Yep.
again?
Yep.
Okay.
Restart it. Here, I'm gonna reframe this other cam. Give me
Oh,
one
I could have just,
second.
it says press a key, but oh well. I guess I could have just pressed any key, right? Press any key. Oh, yeah. This looks good. All right. A little close up for you. Take a look.
Do you mind
How it feels
tilting the B camera
inside
up? Oh,
the
wait, wait, hit delete.
city.
Hit delete on the keyboard. Oh, you.
Ah, delete. Ah!
Oh, it booted
You have
into.
to
Oh
tell
my
me
God,
this
look
stuff,
at how
man.
easy
You
it
have to
booted
tell
right
me.
into Windows.
Oh no, do I have to restart?
Totally skipping the BIOS. Hold on, we should go into the BIOS. Hold on, we should
Okay,
we
okay,
should redo
okay.
this. First, do me a
Okay.
favor. Do you mind tilting the B cam up a little bit?
Yes, of course. It's all right. Like that? How's that?
Yep, that's good.
Okay, now would you want me to start it again? Restart it
Let's
again?
start it again.
Okay, because you want to see the BIOS. Okay, you got it. You had to give me some warning because I was just so excited that it started that I wasn't ready for it to hit delete. Um, okay. So
You have no
basically, I just
idea
need
how
to hit.
happy I am and how relieved I am.
Me
Okay, so
too.
once you
Me
turn it
too.
on,
Seriously.
hit the
Hold down
just keep
delete.
tapping the delete key. Yep.
Yep. Tapping, tapping, tapping. Come on, BIOS, baby. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Quite therapeutic, actually. Doot, doot,
Why is
doot,
it
doot,
not?
doot, doot, doot. I don't know. You tell me.
Where's
Oh,
BIOS?
am I supposed to take out the Windows key?
No, it should. You're supposed to be able to just boot straight into the BIOS.
Hmm. Should I just give it a rest for a second?
Yeah, give it a what happened?
I don't know.
Where
It was great, and now it's just is it the monitor?
did the monitor turn off?
Well, it had like the display port, no signal, and then it went blank again. This is bizarre. Try again.
Let's do it again.
We're gonna do it again. I mean, that's the whole point. This is the whole learning process, right? I mean, we can just go in and straight and install Windows, right? But you want to check out the BIOS, make sure that everything is in there properly. Okay. Am I going to get any warning before it goes to Windows? Display port, no signal. Okay, on. Do I need to hit delete before it goes into it? Hey!
Yay!
Finally,
All
we got
right.
there.
Cool.
Yay! Okay. Let's take. Can you see the screen? Okay. Okay, cool. So I can see we have the 2 sticks of RAM. They're an A2 and
Awesome.
B2. We have the Ryzen 5 1606 core as a CPU. We have the speed memory. We have the fans. We have 3 fans. That's correct, right?
Yeah, so one should be the CPU fan and then the
Yeah,
two case
CPU
fans
fan.
on the front.
Yeah, absolutely. CPU fan and 2 case fans there. Boot priority. So the SSD, it's looking there first, right? And then the Samsung flash drive, which is what we have Windows on. Is that correct? That's number 2. Should I
Yep.
change the priority of that or just leave it?
No, leave the priority. We'll just go straight. We can tell the BIOS to boot us straight to the flash drive, and then Windows will do its
Okay,
installation. And then
cool.
when it restarts, we'll go like the motherboard will go straight to the SSD, and we'll continue our Windows installation.
Cool. Okay, so we
Um,
have everything. It looks all good. Yay! I'm
oh
so
my God,
excited!
Lexi, we
Ah, we
did
did it!
it!
We did it! Yeah! This is awesome. Okay.
Yay!
Excellent instructor. Thank you, instructor. This is great. This is really good. Yay! Breathe a sigh of relief. Our PC turns on and it works. Yay! I didn't screw
Okay,
it up yet.
we did it. So see if
Okay.
there's a way to in the BIOS. I actually didn't take notes on this, but there should be a way to boot straight into the flash drive.
If I change the boot priority?
I wouldn't change the priority, but I think you can
No.
just say
Okay.
like boot into flash drive.
Can you see that on the screen? I'm taking the labels off the screen to show, so you can see it fully. I only see boot priority. I don't. Oh, boot menu F8. Okay, that's the one, right?
Yep.
Boot menu.
That keyboard, you might have to hit
Do I have
Alt
to
F8.
shift? Alt? Okay, Alt F8, not Shift F8.
Or I mean,
No.
function. There's function F8.
Yes. Okay, I didn't. This keyboard's unfamiliar to me. Okay. Cool. All right. So then a boot menu, and then we go down to the flash drive.
Yep.
That one. Hit enter.
Yep.
Okay. Yay! And now we install Windows. Right.
Yep. And now we install Windows.
Whew.
So let's see. What do I want to say here at this point? So you need a. So what we're doing is we're installing Windows off a flash drive, which is from I believe it's called the Windows Media Creation Tool. Patrick Holland on the How to Do It All channel did a how to upgrade to Windows 10 video.
Ooh, okay, yes.
So if you go over there to that, in that same video, towards the middle, he actually creates a flash drive that you can install Windows on. So just go watch that video on how to create a Windows 10 media creation tool.
Yep.
Simple as that.
I don't have a product key, right? I skipped this.
Oh yeah, so product key we're gonna skip because we might take this PC apart. So just say I don't have product key.
Yeah, and then you want me to do Pro?
Sure, Windows 10 Pro is fine.
Okay. N, what's N mean?
Let's not do N, just do
N?
regular one.
Okay. Regular. Regular. All right, I need a drink of water after all this. Whew. Okay, yes, I accept the license terms. Yes, please read these at your leisure. Okay, upgrade or custom install? Custom? All right?
Sorry, what was the question?
Upgrade.
I was reading chat.
So take a look at the screen. So I have an option to either do an upgrade, which I don't have Windows already on this, or custom, which is just install Windows only. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm just gonna leave everything on the default, which is I want to install on drive 0. Okay. And now we wait.
And now we wait. And just so you know, Lexi, it's really hard to see the screen.
Oh, it is. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's just the bitrate's just too low.
It is. Well, I'll bring it a little closer. See if you can take a look. I don't know if that's any better. The bitrate is quite low, unfortunately. So, my apologies. That's all my Wi-Fi is able to do right now. But there you go. Hopefully, you can see. Oh, breathe a sigh of relief. Finish that coffee. You know, we did it. Yay!
Chat says keep the water away from the PC.
Of course it's away from the PC. It's all the way over there. I'm thirsty. I've got a drink. Don't worry. I know I'm in the kitchen, but the water is definitely far away from the PC. That's why I'm stepping over here to drink it. Yeah, don't worry. I know that. But thank you for pointing it out. That is a good point. Okay. Oh, okay, installing. Okay, I feel very, I'm very proud. So once we install Windows, now everything's up and running. So is the next step is to kind of like go through and do cable management, and because now we know everything's working. Or we also should probably go in and plug the configuration of the other lights and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, but that's not like. Yeah, but that is something we can do, I think, in our own time, right? Like that's not the essential. The essential was turning it on, installing Windows, and then just a really quick walkthrough of how I would organize the cables, and then just we put the case back together, right?
Yeah, I think after we get Windows on, we can tidy up the cables and then close it up and call it a day.
Yeah. I'm very happy. This is good. I'm so proud. I mean, apart from that little the little plug that didn't connect the case correctly, which was my bad. I didn't follow the instructions, and also they're really small because the writing is incredibly small on the motherboard. Like I can't read it without a magnifying glass or going up really close. Maybe that's just my eyesight's not very good anymore, but it would be better if it was like a little, I don't know, at least and put it in the manual, right?
It's not in the manual. So every motherboard I've used has had it in the manual, like the full layout, like HDD plus, HDD minus, LED plus minus, reset plus minus, power plus minus. So when I was taking notes for this, I looked through the manual and I was just like, it doesn't say, like it says this is where you plug in your front power connector in this area. And I'm like, that's it? You're not gonna tell me like what they do? I mean, it is labeled on the motherboard. It is just, there's so much, there's just so much text that it's hard
so
to,
small. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's like maybe if you're watching this at home and you have like a really surefire way of plugging that in, like let us know. If maybe there's like a good online guide, that would be really useful. Because if it's not in the manual, I don't know where else to look. Like, I mean, if you
Yeah.
weren't here helping me, if you hadn't like worked out which slot it should go in, I would still be sitting here just plugging in and going, whoop, nope, nope, whoop, nope. But you know, the fact that that was really the only thing that kind of was a bit of a difficulty was actually pretty impressive. Like your instructions are spot on, man. Spot on.
Thank you. And I do want to say that other motherboards that I've seen actually have like an extra connector on it that you can plug those in first before plugging it into the motherboard. So it's like
Hmm.
a little extra attachment connector thing.
Okay.
So those exist for ease of use. But honestly, other motherboards, other Asus motherboards themselves actually label each pin. I don't know why this
Okay.
one didn't. Maybe that's why it's $85 or $80. You know,
Maybe.
maybe it's,
Look, I mean, you got to make some sacrifices for price, right?
yeah.
And I guess it's a fairly small one to make. Because, like, overall, I was pretty impressed by, I mean, you know, it was not that difficult in terms of, you know, where everything goes, because everything is labeled really well, apart from those little tiny ports. But everything was labeled really well, and, you know, everything fit in perfectly. I didn't really have any trouble yeah, everything's spinning. I'm just like so proud looking at my handiwork. Like, woohoo, woohoo,
It's like
so
maybe the next step
cool.
is we add LEDs.
Yeah, I mean, we can totally do that. We want to like make the case like really next level. Where does this case support LEDs? Where would we do that?
They sell like magnetic LED strips that you can make any case LED.
Oh, so
So
you can just like put it on the inside and stuff because this one has a
yeah,
window, right? So you can see. Oh, okay,
yeah.
makes sense. I mean, yeah, I don't need that like next level. So when we were in the office, you built this really cool PC, which is the one we were referencing, the gaming PC for our colleague of ours, and it looks amazing. It's the disco PC, honestly. So a little overkill for what I need, but it looks really cool. Okay, showing it booting up again, the Windows installation process.
I have a
Woo,
question from YouTube
cool.
while this works.
We have some time.
Tage
Yeah, we have some
Stokas
time.
is just asking what setup are we using to live stream to switch the live stream. We're using
Great
vMix
question.
software. Uh, and a pretty powerful PC to run that stream. Got a
Yeah,
Ryzen 9 3950X in it and like a 2080 Ti to run the stream right now. Plus, also we have like fiber or 1 gig internet. Lexi and I do.
yeah,
Shout out to
we do.
Sonic, not sponsored, but love Sonic.
Yeah. I'm
Love
going
them.
to skip the Ethernet stage because the cable's somewhere else. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine. That's just to update drivers and stuff. But
Yeah,
we're,
yeah, yeah.
if you're at home, plug it in. Microsoft is going to ask you a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Agree
it
or
is.
disagree to whatever kind of stuff they're looking for.
Yeah.
That's up to you and how comfortable you are with your privacy. Simple as that.
Password. Oh, don't look as I type my password
Oh, just put
in.
any password. You could do like live stream or
Oh,
whatever. It doesn't.
okay. Well, you know, security. Security. Oh, it's all right. You can't see it, so. Well, maybe you can, but it's not like security question. Oh, really? I have to do security questions?
Oh, yeah, you do,
My
but
goodness.
just whatever.
Um, I'm not really gonna. This is not. But now the thing is, I have to remember. My pet's first name was Dog. My childhood nickname was Dog. It's all
Dog.
just gonna be Dog. So we can easily. Whereas the first name of your oldest cousin. No, no. School. My first attended Dog. There you go. Look, that's how we're gonna remember it. So, FYI, it will live on. Okay. Activity history. No. Decline. I don't want Cortana yet. I'm just gonna do the bare bones. I'm just gonna turn off all of these advertising IDs, diagnostics, tailored experiences. I don't want any of those. So, all right. Hi. Hello. It's Windows. Getting everything ready for you. Yay! Well, this is
We did it.
exciting. This is really cool.
We did it.
We did it. Yeah, we did it. This is awesome. Oh my gosh. Massive shout out. So the question that you had about switching live, massive shout outs to you, Oliver, because you are switching simultaneously and instructing, and being able to talk coherently. So mad props to you. You're doing an excellent job. Thank you for being the best teacher I could have asked for, because
Thank
this
you.
was like pretty seamless, right? Pretty seamless, apart from the little pluggy thing, but that's fine. We did it. There's my like happy dance. We did it. We did it.
There's a challenge in the chat. They want to know, do you think you could build one on your own next time?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, you know what? I think I could do it if you spec'd it out for me and you made sure that all the components were compatible and that they would all fit in the case that I chose. I think I would be confident to do it. But I would I would want someone that has the expertise and the know-how in terms of like what components work best to spec it out. And then I would be able to put it together. I think so. Because I don't think there'd be that much variance based on what we did. It's really I think the variance is going to be like the order of installation and the case configuration and like fans and stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Am I barking up the right tree with that? Yeah. Yeah, so I think yes, in response, yes, I think I definitely feel much more empowered, much more confident to build my own PC without the assistance going forward. So this was, yeah, very instructional for me and hopefully entertaining for you guys. So yeah. All right, we're into Windows. We're into Windows. All right, done. So we go have lunch now.
Rad. Let's finish up.
Sweet.
Okay. So booted
All right.
into Windows. I think we're going to call it here. Windows is in. We're not going to install any games or anything.
No. We
It's
can
almost
see that
2
Windows
o'clock.
is working. It's
I
2
want to
o'clock.
have
We've almost
lunch.
been going
Lexi
for
wants to have
4
lunch.
hours. Yeah. Oh, so it's been a tough. Like it hasn't been a slog. It's been like a challenge, but it's been really fun. It's been really, really fun. And thank you for watching and supporting us. We really appreciate it, and we hope you're staying safe. And yeah, safe and well. And if you have any questions for us, you can like
Oh wait, no,
commenting.
we're not wrapping yet. Hold
Why
on.
not?
We got a cable manage. You can't just leave the stream.
No,
We're so close. We're so
I'm
close.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. Cable management time. You thought
Right,
I was being
off.
cheeky there.
Turn it off.
I was being cheeky there, seeing if I get away with leaving. Okay. Okay. Shut down. Turn everything off. Turn off the power supply to the case. Are we all off? We all off? Yeah. Okay. All right. Just to be safe, I'm going to unplug everything. Okay. Cool. All right. Cable management. Cable management. All right. Let's see. What are we working with here? Hello.
All right. So.
Okay. Oh,
let's go to
where
the
did
back.
you go?
Oh, sorry, I was reading chat and drinking water. So let's
fine.
turn it around to the back side back.
I'm going to unplug everything at the back as well, just to make it a little easier.
Yep.
Okay.
There's also a peel. You have to do a peel still too of the acrylic side panel.
Oh yeah, that's the ASMR. Yay! We do get some ASMR in this. Okay, cool. Turn it around to the back. Here we go.
All right. So we're a little close.
Back
Do you
up a
mind
little
pulling
bit?
us back a bit?
Yeah, yeah. How's that?
Okay, that looks
Pardon
good.
the boxes in the background. That's all the PC goes. Okay.
All right. So that cable looks a little messy.
It does. It's very messy. I'm like feeling anxious about this right now. So many cables.
So let's so where those where the let's see how to explain this. So right in the middle of the case where the cables are running, sort of like where most of them are gathered. Let's start
Like
towards
how?
the top. Are there should be some holes in this case that you can tie a zip tie around the cables and run through the
Like
no,
here?
not those. They're more on the towards your right. There should be like little loops. Nope, to the left.
Like
And,
these guys.
no,
That's
further
in
down.
the case, no.
Right,
I see. Haha, yes,
like,
so this one, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That.
So those are
Got it.
those are points. I believe there's one up above too, and one below.
Yeah, there is.
On that same
Yes,
line.
okay. Yes, there is right up here. I'm pointing to it.
Yeah.
One.
So you want to just gather your
those ones.
cables and take your zip tie and just tie your cables together through that. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any order? Like, should I do all of them at once, or should I separate them?
I would just, for this case, I'd just do them all at once if you can get it all
Okay.
to fit.
Well, not the chunky cable. Oops.
Oh, you have to cable manage the chunky cable, for sure.
Yeah, I will, but I mean, not in this
Oh
house,
no,
right?
not in this.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
no.
Yeah, I was like, I will. Don't worry, it's happening. Oh, except the zip tie. Maybe I'll do it from this side. That's probably a little easier. It's kind of good that it has like these nodules for it. Oh,
Did it go?
except
I think it
these
went
are.
under the.
No, I know. I'm trying to. It's because it's like the angle is. It's trying to. Come on, buddy. He's watching me struggle with a zip tie. How exciting. Why is this the hardest part now? Now it's gone underneath it. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. We've come so far. Yes, okay. All right. So now these guys go in here. Okay. You know what I was saying before about not having that much dexterity? Yeah, this is why I can't be a surgeon. That's why I can't be a surgeon. Okay.
Is
Is
it?
that good enough?
No.
I don't want to tighten it too much. Is that good enough? No, it's not.
Is it not pulling through the?
It is. No, it is. But how taut should I make it?
It should be pretty tight, pretty taut.
Okay. So slippery, and it's so hot in this room. Whew. Hot in the kitchen. Oh, I bet you that's the AMD chip. Oh, I bet you any money that is AMD. Okay. Oh
All
my
right, I think
goodness,
that's good.
I'm
If you're
sweat.
at
I'm like,
home
you know
and you
why?
have it,
I can't get the grip.
that's okay.
There we go.
We
I
can.
use the nail. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, got it. Now with the end, should I trim that or are we good just leaving it?
You can cut it off if you have
Okay.
scissors nearby.
I do. Yeah, I do. I was just checking. I don't know what's because it's the first time I've properly cable managed. There we go. Okay. There's that. Now the other one. So this is just gathering, right?
Yep, we're just gathering all these cables
Cool.
and just keeping it nice and tidy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
If you want, you can tug in all the cables from the front side so all the slack is on the back and hidden. So you have a nice, especially because we have an acrylic window, a nice front-facing PC.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So you can have all the nasty stuff in the back.
Okay. Oh, it arrived. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this
All
is
right,
for another
Lexi, take it
stream.
apart. Let's put it in.
Take it all apart, everybody. Oh, it's literally okay. Whoop. These are in they're hot demand, these guys, because there's no box. It's just there you go. Oh, I got two. Nope, nope. One's a 3300X and one's a 3100. Okay. There you go. So that's what we were going to use, but it arrived 4 hours after we needed it.
It
But that's
arrived just
okay.
at the end.
It's all
No,
right.
I
That's
think
okay because like we can do another stream at another time
sure.
if we want.
And again, for gaming, I definitely recommend the 3300X. Like the
Yes.
1600 is a fine chip, but it is a couple of generations old and it doesn't clock as fast for gaming. So
Okay.
if you're doing gaming, totally go for the 3300X. If you're going to do light video editing, you might stream and game at the same time. I would get the extra cores, the extra 2 cores, and go for the 1600.
Extra.
But honestly,
cores.
I mean,
Okay.
it would be insane on like I don't know 20 years ago paying $85 or $100 for like a
Yeah.
killer CPU
Right.
like this. You know?
Like last time I built a PC, paying that little would have been like, what the heck is wrong with this CPU, right? You know,
Yeah.
like this can't be right. This would be secondhand. Okay, so these bottom ones, it's a little bit more difficult to cable manage these in a nice way.
Yeah, like I said,
Is
I
it,
when I did it, I tried to tuck it as much under the drive caddy as much as possible.
yeah, I did with the extra cable. It's just um these
You
guys,
for some of them, you might have to push them back towards the power supply, back into the
yeah,
original hole
I think
to
that's what
make
I'm
it
gonna
fit.
do for these
Yeah.
guys. Yeah. Yes, I think that's gonna be
For
much easier. Okay.
John Klingman, we posted, we got into Windows, we got Windows installed. So yeah, now we're just cable managing and just wrapping up the
Yep.
build.
Okay. So you think I should zip tie the bottom ones as well? What would you do? Except I
Uh,
don't like how this one's caught up though. But
if
I've
it
I've
looks,
wrapped everything underneath. What do you think of that?
that's fine.
Should
No
I
one's gonna see it.
should I
Only
No
me,
one's
you, and
gonna
the
see it.
stream. No one else will see
So
it.
okay, so no one's gonna judge me for not tying this bottom part. Okay. Well, you heard it here first. I told I didn't need to, so there you go. But I think it looks, yeah, it looks okay. I mean, if I had more time, and I really wanted to get really precise about it, I would probably spend a bit more time, obviously. But I think for now that's okay, right?
Yep.
Okay, now should I get the case, the
Yeah.
sides?
Let's put the cake. Let's put the
Yeah.
back panel on.
Okay.
Let's
The
see.
solid one, right?
Umami Yang. I really. They're talking about missing a fan case on the back. I actually totally agree. We don't have one, but for the budget, we decided not to add an extra fan on the back. Um, you could close up the case, Lexi. It's fine.
Yep. All
Um,
right.
if you had the extra cash, totally buy that extra fan because it'll make a difference in performance and thermals specifically. And putting an exhaust fan on the back of the case, either pointing up or to the back of out of the case, for sure.
Hmm. This is the I've always struggled with putting the case back on.
So
You know what? I'm going to lay it flat. That's probably the best way to do it, isn't it? Yes. That will be easier for me. Move everything. Delicate components everywhere. Okay. There we go. I just couldn't get
there you
the
go.
angle right. Just lying down.
While
I
you
mean,
have it here, I want to talk about the dust filter that you see on the bottom.
uh-huh. Yeah, give me a second. I'll screw it up and then I'll pivot it so you can
Yeah,
see. Okay. Which on the bottom? Yeah. This
yeah.
guy.
So that guy right there, I recommend cleaning that like every couple of months, depending on how much dust you have in your home.
Uh-huh.
That filter is there to keep dust from coming into your machine. So
Yes, and you
nice
don't
little
want
dust
dust to
filter on
get
the
in your food.
bottom. I believe
Okay.
there's one on the front as well where all the fans are at. So,
Yeah, let me pivot it
and I
around.
know there's one on the top as well. That one's like
There
with
is one on the
screws.
top. Yeah, there is one. Okay. All right. Thanks for leaving the plastic for me, so I have the beautiful
The pleasure
experience
of
of the pleasure
doing the
of peeling
peel.
it off. Yeah. All right, this one's easier to put on this side. I don't know why the other one. I think it's the cables. Okay.
Wait, is there plastic on the inside?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't check the inside. Yes, there is. Thank you for catching that.
Oh, oops, I
Yeah.
missed it. Oops, I missed the inside plastic cover. It's okay.
That's okay. Well, we caught it before I put it on completely, so we're fine. There you go. What a beauty. Lexi's first PC. All right, ready?
Oh, wait. Pull out the B camera a little bit because we can't see the
Oh,
top.
yeah. Uh-huh. You really need fingernails to get on this part. Ready?
Nice.
Oh yeah, that feels so satisfying. Oh my goodness. Very nice. Look at that. We did it.
We
We
did
did
it.
it. We did it. First PC build on a live stream. And there's extra plastic too that we can peel off when we feel like it,
Oh
but
yeah, there's like little plastic around the edges. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
satisfying. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow. There is our PC. It works. It turns on if you just joined us. We've already installed Windows, and yeah, it's all looking really good. We did it. We did it. Virtual high five. Virtual high five.
High five. Yep.
Yay!
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. We did it. Well done. I'm very
Oh,
proud of both of us. It worked. Yay. Okay, so that's pretty much it, right? We've built our PC on a live stream. It only took us 4 hours.
4 hours, but we got it done, and
We got it
I
done.
think
It
it's a
worked.
thorough enough video that someone can go back and watch it too. So I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
we're
hopefully when you watch it, like if you want to follow along with us, you'll probably do it a little faster. We were just going through. I was being very methodical, hopefully, with everything. Answering questions along the way. So yeah, if you build along with us, let us know. Show us photos of what you build, your first PC, or if you're an experienced PC builder, show us. Love to see what you come up with. Thank you, Oliver, for not only switching, producing, walking me through this, but also specking this out and putting together all the components for me and delivering it. So it was a much less intimidating process than I was expecting. So thank you so much. It was really fun.
and thank you for being so patient, throughout all this. I know we dumped like you're operating cameras, you are trying to build your first PC in a long time, like all the tests we
Stress.
had to do to make sure this worked. It was a lot of time.
Yep.
So thank you
Yeah.
for giving
But
it to me to do this.
no, thank you. This has been so much fun, and thank you to watching for watching. Thank you so much for sticking with us. If you've just dropped in, or if you've been watching all the way through, we really appreciate it. We hope you stay safe and stay well, and hope this is a fun project that you can either watch again or maybe dig into with a friend or a family member who wants to build a first PC, but they're like me, they're a little intimidated. They didn't know where to start, so maybe you can use this as a guide. And yeah, it just shows you everything that hopefully you'll need to know. But again, it's going to vary so much based on what components you choose and the case and the level of experience of the person that's building it, and of course for you as well. But hopefully this is a really good start and just some fun just to change the mood a little bit in the current situation. But